Hello everyone, welcome to round 15 of Season 8 of the World Championship here in Zandvoort. And this is our fifth running of the Dutch Grand Prix here in ALR, and we've had four different race winners, and we're going to be guaranteed a fifth different race winner here tonight, as our previous four race winners are no longer part of the World Championship. So that is exciting to start us off then here tonight. Then I all you hope have a lovely evening there and afternoon. Unfortunately, it's a time where you start to get a bit nervous about the week ahead. Of course, Sunday rolling on to Monday, of course, and all that kind of stuff. And also another snippet of information for you is that we are going to welcome our 241st 41st Grand Prix driver here tonight. And so welcome to the debutant of Bannister. Of course, he's a very good driver in the 100% league. But as we've already seen, then the 100% and World Championship races are very much different specimens of categories, isn't it? Because I've got to say, the second half of 100% completely changes, doesn't it? Which is very exciting indeed, isn't it? Of course, we had 100% here on Wednesday, which was a bit of a preview of what's to come. Of course, Percy won that event as well. Anyway, enough of the past, let's go on the present, shall we? Oh, goodness gracious me, I've got some notifications off. We have got the lap record around here is actually set by a driver who has unfortunately no longer taken part in the World Championship either. That's Liam Yeh, who has decided to give up his full-time racing seat, but he is the all-time lap record around here at race trim anyway of a 1:11.075. And of course, last year's pole sitter and race winner is not part of the championship even. And of course, Mr. BT got pole position on 09.696. We are not expected to have those kind of times around here tonight due to the new incarnation of this Formula 1 car. Goodness gracious me, we've got a bit of indigestion already. Then again, I was snacking quite profusely on me lovely chocolate buttons then whilst watching the Newcastle game, which I thought was a very good watch. A shame that unfortunately doesn't do too well for Liverpool. Never mind, no, this is a Formula 1 stream, not a football stream, so let's pretend so all my worries are going to disappear for the next 2.5 hours-ish or so. We're just watching Barber making, I think it's his second or third race appearance in the gold now. Let's take a look at the drivers and the constructors standing show from a gold. This is how it is looking after the 14th race of the season, and Troy leads the way on 10 points from Boxtal in a second position there. Boxtal is at 24 points in front of Percy, who, as we mentioned, he had a great race around here on Wednesday night, so hopefully he can replicate that, and hopefully, but Boxtal hopefully will be able to do that. Fourth position, German there, he's elevated himself up quite nice. He's had a very strong middle part of the season, German has there. Really impressive stuff indeed after a difficult start to the season. Kush and Ruter, not part of tonight's event, unfortunately, so the Alpine have got two very inexperienced drivers. They've only got one at the moment there, is I think a gentleman called Indigo or something like that was meant to be driving, but he has not turned up, unfortunately. So that's a black marker to his against his name. I'm sure we had a driver called Indigo who raced with us not too long ago, but I couldn't find him on our all-time driving list, which is a bit worrying. I'm sure I've seen him. We're just watching Coop is now replacing Liam Yeh in the Haas machine. I've completely gone off the drivers, haven't I already? Just watching a Coop there coming through the very fast part of the circuit. It is Coop then will be driving the Haas for the rest of the season. This is his fourth start in ALR Gold. Now he's got 8 points as well. Boxtal's gone faster, so I think this is home event. Boxtal is there, so let's see how this one transpires. Apparently I'm really low. Oh dear, hang on a minute. Let's see if I can turn myself up if I know how to. This is going to be interesting, isn't it? I mean, do I have to, where is my decimal thing? Apparently, oh, right, let's go like that. Right, we'll try that then, shall we? Righty-ho then, hopefully you can hear me a bit better then. Well, Knowles can hear me fine. But let's just balance it out then, shall we? Well, coming out of the final turn then, Coop goes 4 fastest at the moment. But yeah, he'll be driving for the, he'll be driving in place of Liam Yatt, who has decided to step aside for the remainder of the season, which is unfortunate because I thought Liam Yatt and the Haas team were doing a very good job actually in that Haas car. The final turn then, so yeah, woo, Zandvoort, Series Rush will say woo, Zandvoort as well. Love the helmet, by the way, from Troy, fantastic. A lot of his Swedish colours on that crash helmet as well. I love that. That's fantastic. And he might get helmet of the week for me. Who ain't gonna get helmet of the week for me is Mortal. Then of course, as he is still on default at the moment, he'll be replacing Mumford, who's not driving for Frank Roberts. Of course, is he can hear me much better now. Mumford not driving again for the second week in a row. That was a bit of a lag spike there, wasn't it? Across the line goes Mortal. So, of course, he is absolutely dominating the 100% league at the moment, isn't he? Just watching Sam Green over the far end of the circuit. Now, so I'm losing my voice there, which I'm very good at. Right, anyway, going back to the championship, shall we? Because that's not going very well at all. Troy leads the way by 10 points in front of Boxtel in second position. Third position is Percy, 24 points away from Boxtel. Boxtel's 10 points away from Troy at the moment. German in fourth position, he's 90 points away from the top three at the moment, 90-9-0. So German's got a lot of work to do to catch up on the top three. However, we are round 15 out of 24. This is the longest season ever in ALR history. There's still a long way to go. Anything can happen still. Kashimuta not part of tonight's event then, so Alfina got a very inexperienced driver pairing. Well, they got Bannister, who's not ever drove in a Gold before, as far as I'm aware. Troy is happy with that and is back in the pit lane. He's not out, he is just very happy with his performance straight on the far end part of the circuit. So on board with the Haas team. Just watching Mr. Rage at the moment, who is in the far end of the circuit as well. We got Chaz in 7th position, great performance from Chaz, and Mr. Rage, brilliant performance as well in 8th position. 9th is Marky, 10th position is Sam Green. Let me know if the sound is still too high when I'm on board with Mr. Rage, as I've just seen the comments say, yeah, so shout at me whilst I finish off the championship. Alhan in 11th, 1 point behind Sam Green, with Glock in 12th position, also 1 point as well, but it'll be Nosey driving in place of Glocks. Now I've got about 6 or 7 reserve drivers, which is a bit disappointing because I thought they would like this track, to be honest. Mortal's back in the session then, so I thought he had a bit of a lag problem there, didn't he? Unfortunately, he just dropped out of the session just earlier on in this one. Okay, going on. Gamer in 30th position. I think the Gamer's at 29 points is a miserable haul of points for a driver of his talent. He's been very unlucky, Gamer hasn't he? There, so I'm hoping that he can have a bit of he can have a much better run then in the second part of the season. But Gamer looks strong. Also on Wednesday as well, and Alhan goes 5th fastest. Lovely stuff indeed there for Alhan, as I've missed Sweet, I think, there, which is shocking behaviour, but there he is. He's up into 8th position now in the Mercedes then. Cameron is still charging around. He's done 4 laps on these soft compound tyres now. Anyway, carrying on with the championship. So I'll get there in the end. Versi on 25 points. Sonat then, who's only done 4 races, but only done 3 races, unfortunately, as that horrific tragedy over in Turkey with the earthquakes there has meant that he has been unable to take part in any races for a few weeks there. But of course, we wish him well. Into the pits comes now comes someone. Barber is in the pits as well. Sweet in 16th position on 6 points, and Mumford also on 6 points as well. In the relegation zone is Chappers on 2 points, 1 point for Coopermont, and KD, unfortunately, I don't think he's racing again here. Also out as well, who's also in the relegation zone, Neil Poir at the moment. In the Constructors' Championship, 52 points separates the front two, which is the McLaren and the AlphaTauri. McLaren, remember, going for 3 constructors in a row. AlphaTauri going for their first ever Constructors' World Championship in ALR Gold, then and also they're also in the Constructors' Championship in the joint, in the silver, and in the 100% as well. 3 out of 4 constructors they are leaning at the moment, and they're obviously in 100% the overall constructors as well, which is redonkulous, isn't it? They've been absolutely in imperious form this season, haven't they? Here's third in the championship, Percy, who is just about to start his run, but actually Wesley started his run first, so let's stay with Wesley. The follow turn. Yeah, McLaren are second and 5 points in front of the Aston Martin, who are third. They're really starting to ramp up their challenge. Anything can happen, so there's so many points split up to play for the constructors. Ferrari in fourth position. They have got a bit of a lead now for the Haas team, who dropped down to fifth in recent weeks. Sixth position is the Alpine, 7 points back as well for Alpine now, who've had a really up and down season, haven't they? They were bottom for quite a long period of it. They've moved themselves back up to 6th, and their biggest movers. However, tonight, then they're going to struggle with only one driver out there. 7th position is the Red Bull team, 30 points behind the Alpine. 8th position is the Alfa Romeo, who are a point behind the Red Bull, and also Mercedes 2 points behind the Red Bull in 9th position, and Williams brings up the rear in 10th position on 73 points and 18 points adrift of Mercedes. Been a bit of a difficult season for Williams, hasn't it? Of course, they were second in the constructors last season. This season, it just hasn't really, it just has been very disappointing indeed there for the Williams team. And then the joint constructors one, whilst we're talking about Ferrari, 345 points in front of the next constructors in the joint constructors, fantastic. And Vesey is a part of that super team, isn't he? Out of the final turn, and he goes full fast as Vesey does there. I hope that Vesey has a good, clean pair of wheels and a tidy race there, because Vesey has been very similar to Gamer. He's been very unlucky, hasn't he, in the championship thus far. Aston Martin in second, Alpine in third position, the Haas team are in fourth. There's quite big margin of points at the moment, as Percy is back into the pits, and so not liking those set of tyres, or is he going to have to change or is he going to have to maybe amend the front wing angle potentially? I'm not too sure. You can't do much on these Formula 1 cars now, as they are in Parc Fermé. Here's Marquis out of 13 and 14 in the McLaren. Talking to McLaren, they're fifth in the joint constructors at the moment. Ferrari, there's 2 points behind the Haas team. Marquis is sixth position at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed. Nigel, who's of course, is that Knowlesy there's gone for a spin. We'll spare his blushes for the minute. That is, we're just going to stick with Nigel. Then there's a yellow flag there. Hopefully that hasn't curtailed too much of his run at the moment. Red Bull are in 7th position and 30 points in front of Mercedes in 8th position. Alfa Romeo 9th, joint 9th with Williams in 10th position as well. So I think Williams is going to be very happy to be having the Silver Championship leader here tonight. And of course, Nigel, the first ever ALR World Champion back in season 1. Remember, more impressively as well for that point of view, Nigel only made his debut of that season in round 7 in Canada, and my goodness me, really completely changed the tide of that championship, didn't he? Because up till that point, it was Jochen who was doing a very good job of leading that championship. I think he was on 5 wins out of 6, and then Nigel came in and really upset the apple car. Nigel's gone full fast there, once again underlining his performance there, and that is kind of half of the reason why he's just so darn quick at the moment, isn't he? There, he's really loving these new versions of Formula 1 machines. Cars, any room in racing then? Well, I think we've got one sponsor left open, but I'm not sure he was meant to get an Indigo driving there tonight, but he's gone at missing in action. Boxstyle, good evening. Good evening to you, Boxstyle. Percy, have I got damage already? As that might be why Percy abandoned his time then, potentially. I was surmising he might have just amended the, if he wants to amend the front wing or made a mistake somewhere. But Chaz going third fast. Great time for Chaz there. Here comes Gamer coming out of turn at 12. What else we got then? Have you been near Geordie Hill? Not yet, Law. As Geordie Boxstyle saying he can't dislikes this track then. Oh goodness gracious me, well, it's currently fast at the moment. Of course, Boxstyle and Boxstyle, a bit of, I'd say, a low-key event in Belgium. Well, he was a bit off the pace there. I think he was knocked out of qualifying. What wasn't he? Boxstyle was, if I remember rightly, then, which is very much up in the air really, because I can't remember really what happened. What happened about 5 minutes ago? Let alone know what happened last week. Hopefully you can hear me better now when I go on board, so shout if that's not the case, and I'll up me decibels a bit further. Knowlesy is now abandoned and come back into the pits and for a new set of soft tyres at the moment. So with only 19 drivers in this event, we are going to be losing 4 drivers rather than 5 in this qualifying one. Just watching the man who's third in the championship run, which is Lucas Percy, getting on the outside, going on that curve. But don't go too far on the outside of that curve, because it's kind of the land of no return, really. Because if you go out there, you're gone then. as I'm not saying you can't dislike your home track, then I must admit I'm not a fan of Silverstone. I'm not going to be booed out of the box here, am I really? I'm not a fan of. I don't think I'm a fan of. I love driving the circuit. Don't get me wrong, but I do miss the old Silverstone circuit personally. But that's just me. I'm probably one of a few there. But don't get me wrong, Silverstone's still in my top 5 for just tracks on this game. But yeah, I do miss the old circuit very much so. Of course, this circuit returned to the Formula 1 calendar in 2020. I was meant to, wasn't it? But of course, we had the we was hit by the COVID years, which I gotta say, it feels a bit surreal to look back on those COVID years. I must say, there's also Formula 1 and league races in general probably hit the peak as well, especially with ALR. We was very young still back then, weren't we? But I do think that there were some peak old years as well, with also some interesting ALR events as well that was going on. Which one of my personal favourites was the hide and seek thing we had on. Which sounds odd, wasn't it? But basically, drivers used to find a bit of track and trying to do a hide and seek thing, really, and all that kind of stuff, which was very interesting indeed. Then, of course, that was the lockdown. That was the lockdown side of things. I loved it as well. Also, the other thing I liked was I think we did a bit of racing around the reverse, like racing the opposite way on tracks as well, which was very unique. Very unique thing as well, isn't it? I dislike all tracks in Monaco and Baku, as of course Nosy is a Street Fighter. Hello there, Charles is saying, love the Obi-Wan and Kenobi impression. And Bannister making his debut tonight, so he's our 241st driver there, so congratulations out to Bannister, lovely stuff indeed. In the Alpine, the only Alpine on the circuit, or in the session at the moment, so all of Alpine's good work is, which you coming a bit curtailed then, but let's see what Bannister can do, because he is a very good 100% racer. Let's see what he can do in the championship, where he's down in 18th position with Bannister. He's a 10th a second off of Barber in at 17th position. As Kaz said, I spot, laugh out loud. I only like it in quali, not in the race then. Not one Canadian on the grid, Kaz is saying, and it's absolutely shocking behaviour, isn't it? Of course, we've only got one Canadian on the actual Formula 1 grid now as well, don't we? As Mr. Rage has moved himself back into 5th position. Lovely stuff indeed. Here comes the most recent ALR champion who's driving on this circuit. Anyway, of course, the most recent champion is Danger Times, but he unfortunately has called it a day, which is such a shame because really like to have seen how Danger Times did with these Formula 1 machines. The best result he got was only 3rd. I say only 3rd, I'd love to get 3rd. Out of the final turn now comes German, who has really had a new leash of life, hasn't he, in the last couple of races or so. Across the line there goes German, 8 seconds off the pace. That's because that's an out lap. I thought that was a qualifying lap. Coupon circuit as well. Bannister also, I think he's going for another timed run here, but he's almost out of air, so he's going to lose a lot of oomph in that car coming out of 13. And of course 14 is a bank turn. I can't remember what the angle is of that bank turn. If someone could enlighten me, that would be absolutely fabulous. A lot of drivers aren't just about to start their laps now. They are indeed. We're going to stick with German for the minute then, as he is now at almost a 10th and a half up in the first sector time. Same place as the Mighty's Middlesbrough. I love how you mentioned that last race, Sean. Thank you. Yes, indeed, there. Oh yes, did I not mention Chazza? That's shocking behaviour, isn't it? Because Chazza also did a great job as well, getting 5th position in the last race. I had to look that up though, apologies. I've slept since then, it's my fault. I do have memory of a sieve, to be fair. Good German, they're coming out of turn 12 then. And here he comes then into 13 and 14 as well. And let's see then what the Season 6 champ can do. And taking a very acute angle coming out of 14 now. I thought he would have scrubbed off some speed there. He's 2/10 of a second improvement. Around this circuit is short, sharp, and Nigel doesn't want to stay there too long. And remember that one of my favourite ever memories of this circuit is basically involves Ayrton, doesn't it? Of course it does. But it's marking out the front turn then, and we've had a Swede who is retired from the session and down in 12th position. Of course, where Nigel parked, Ayrton was parked there one time, and he got disqualified almost instantly, didn't he, for parking in a dangerous location, as you can't park there, sir. But that was quite harsh for him, because he only took. He was only there for about 5 it wasn't even 5 seconds, was it? It was almost instantaneously. Right, in the qualifying session coming up, Sam Green is out of the relegation zone. He's in 12th position, 13th position for Alhan. He was already out anyway of the relegation zone, I'd say. Knowlesy's made his way up into 17th position in the Alfa Romeo, but he remains in the drop zone along with Chappers, who's abandoned his time and out of qualifying, unfortunately. This is Chappers' second race as a Williams driver, and he started off really well with a 9th position last time out then. But he's going to have to do it the hard way down in 16th position. And Knowlesy 17th, and Bannister down in 19th position. What about Cameron? Cameron looks to be at pedestrian speed there, and is also out qualifying as well, down in 18th position. For goodness me, coming into the pits, very very interestingly there. Goodness gracious me. And talking of Middlesbrough, actually, as I go back to Chaz's comment, they did very well under the great Michael Carrick, didn't they, at the moment? Doing a great job indeed. They still third at the moment, I must admit. I haven't, I've been trying to keep, I usually do keep an eye on the Championship, however, this, I'm trying to avoid football at all costs at the moment. It's been a bit of a brutal old time now for us Liverpoolians. I'm not Liverpoolian, I'm just, I'm one of those weirdos, one of those weirdos that for some reason support Liverpool. I think it's because of family heritage, potentially. But as we're on board, Knowlesy Dennis, who's now doing some, probably a lap of honour of some reason or other, but he's going around again, even though qualifying has finished now. Right, so whilst Knowlesy's taking his extra time out there, we're going to take a look at the classification from Q1. And the top three, once again, like almost in every single qualifying session we've had this year, it's less than 10th per second, but this time it's Chazza right up there in third position with Troy and Boxtel fast at the moment. We heard that Boxtel is not too happy about this race in terms of race touring around here, so that's going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? So, let's see how this one transpires, shall we? Bannister qualifying on his debut there, down in 19th position. Barber making his third appearance in gold then tonight, or fourth appearance, I'll get that confirmed in a minute, in 18th position. Knowlesy in 17th, and at 16th position is Chappers there. Of course, so he did get his first points of his career last time out in Belgium, so hopefully be on for the same course of action tonight. I know why my recent pace. I wouldn't want me on the grid either. Kaz is saying that. Well, to be honest, I think that with Favre not here tonight, Knowles is racing and doing the hosting. Otherwise we probably would have got you in, my good sir. But as we now go into qualifying too, it's a shame we got so many reserved. Well, it's not. Is it a shame? Well, I quite like seeing new drivers. Don't get me wrong. I love seeing Bannister in here. Oh gosh, I got the indigestion again. To be honest, you would have think I would have learned by now, wouldn't you? But of course, having all those sweeties before coming on there, which is shocking behaviour by myself, isn't it? But I just can't help it. I am just a greedy so-and-so. Right, 15 minutes into this qualifying session, we're going to be losing 5 drivers rather than 4 this time. So let's see how this one transpires, and as we are now ready to go on the just on the edge of Zandvoort here tonight. Well, actually, no, we're in Zandvoort, aren't we? But I think we're on the edge of Holland itself, aren't we? If I'm not very much mistaken. Just going back to the comments then. No, of course, I think that because Knowlesy's doing the hosting and race as well, otherwise we probably would have got you in. We try not to have any full-time drivers in here, but of course Nigel was an exception, but that was mainly due to the lack of full-time drivers available tonight, unfortunately, which is a bit of a disappointment there. But hopefully we're back up to full strength with next week in Italy, of course, which is our next stop, the Temple of Speed. Serious Mushroom, when there's a law, I'll get my protractor out and check the angle for you, Sean. Thank you very much, sir. I'm going to be honest, I'm very appalling with my angles, but it's quite a steep. All I'm going to say, Serious Mushroom, is quite a steep angle, which I must say is not very helpful at all, really, is it, for you guys who like the accuracy? Which this is Formula One. You all love accuracy, don't you? Because there is no prediction or anything like that in Formula One. It is all about making sure everything is accurate as possible, isn't it? And German and Percy are very close to each other on track. And I wonder if it is a sign sign of things to come for the race itself, which is coming up straight after qualifying, of course. And that is the beauty about ALR, about league racing in general, is that we do qualifying. We don't have to wait a day. We go straight into the race itself. And the other beauty about qualifying is about ALR is that we are here for 3 days, and tomorrow night it is silver. Alex is back in the booth, and then on Tuesday night, unfortunately, got this fool back in the booth again. Not German, I mean. I love to hear German on commentary, but no, you got me again in commentary on not Coventry, in commentary as well on Tuesday night. And then of course 100% League, which I'm shocked. I think we're in Saudi Arabia for the 100% League, if I'm not very much mistaken. I haven't looked at me notes then. I don't even know why I put me notepad up then and just don't read it, but there you go. Maybe I need an extra screen over here. German's on the lap at the moment then, so let's see how well he can do that. And it's going to be good. It's going to be a good idea for a benchmark. Nosey out qualifying but he can't. But before he's out qualifying, he couldn't do a lap without spinning. This is looking good, laugh out loud. Charles Palmer said, haha, here we were for a treat tonight. I've got me interview for HPP next week then. Oh, good luck to you, my good sir. I don't know what HPP is though. The only HP I know is the HP sauce. But yeah, if you can help me out with that, that'd be great stuff. Unless you don't want to, of course, then of course that's fair and that's all fine and dandy as well. Because I'm just being a bit nosy there, which is shocking behaviour, isn't it? Mr. H, good evening to you. Good evening to you, Mr. H. And of course, Mr. H, one of my drivers of the season for me. If there is a commentator's driver, I would certainly be voting for Mr. H, but then I'll probably vote for all the other 19 drivers as well. German goes fast, as said, with Percy 3/10 of a second away at the moment as we start qualifying 2 with a lot of action here. A 10th of a second slower than Percy is Sam Green in third position. 1 minute second Ferrari of a Mortor, and he is very much a Mortor in the 100% division. He is currently second fastest, 2/10 of a second away from the former champion. What about Coop then? That's the wrong Haas. Oh, goodness me, I've missed him. It is Mr. Rage, so he certainly has to miss the target time. He's actually exceeded it by a 10th of a second there for Mr. Rage. Very good stuff indeed. What about Coop then? Of course, this is David Knight in the Haas team then. Of course, Haas were a very difficult season last season for Haas. Haas have had a great season this season. 2/10 of a second away from Sam Green. Moon Coop is down in 6th position out of the 6 times so far coming out of the bank. And Serious Mushroom has got out his projector and has probably measured during the interval between qualifying 1 and 2, and he has measured it at 38 degrees. So thank you very much, Serious Mushroom. I don't know my steepage or anything like that, but I thought it'd be like something like 80, but that might be a bit too steep right now. I don't know. You can tell it's good at maths, can you? Marky goes 7 fastest out in the McLaren there. Of course, he and Boxtel are going to be involved in a very fruitful Constructors Championship right to the end of this season. So looking forward to that. I love the constructors as well as the drivers, of course. So Troy, good evening to you, Troy. Hope you're well then. Troy, for the win. Serious Rush to say Troy's not feeling too confident about that, is he? We have got Charles Palmer saying, come on, Troy, then. Very tired today, just want to go to sleep, Troy is saying that. You can sleep after the race now, wake up. Break next week, for time for a nap, and then, but there's 100% for Saturday. Is it a break next week? Lovely stuff. Does that mean that it's Easter? Or is that another break? I'm not sure. Yeah, well, that's good. That's indeed then. Well, you know what I can do then. I'll probably hibernate as well then, of course. Yeah, we've got a lot of break weeks in this season as well, because we're only doing ALR's only done 1 season on F1 2022 then this season, mainly due to a change of plans there and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, only 1 season, and that's why I got 24 races, because I highly doubt we would have been able to squeeze 24 races. Troy is after the session. Hopefully, I haven't got to sleep already. That's why we've got a longest season ever in ALR. I don't think we'll ever have 24 races in a season again, but never say never. I just said doubt, but because it is a longer season, and I think it's the longest ever in ALR. So yes, enjoy this. Well, you never know then, because the actual Formula 1 world might go up to they want to go up to as far as 25. There's 23 races this season, isn't there? Or was there 22? I think there's 23, isn't there? With the inclusion of Las Vegas and returning to Qatar as well. I think they're still on the MotoGP circuit, if I'm not very much mistaken. Boxtel down onto the second, straight to the DRS there. 100% for Saudi Arabia. Knows is saying that break week again. Geez, Prince practice started ready for Wednesday. Serious question, just so you know. And I'm good at that lap alone. Good stuff. Count me in on the practice session, Kaz saying, and we don't get much practice sessions in, on this game much anymore, do we? But of course, drivers used to do a lot of practice sessions in there, coming across the line there, boxed out, jumping as high as second there. But Mr. Rage is still the benchmark at the moment. He's done a great time now. Here comes Chaza. This is Mr. Rage's stablemate, as they're both part of CIP, which I assume is some kind of racing league. I think it is. I should really. I'm sure it is. But don't ask me what it stands for. Hopefully, Troy Chaz, Mr. Rage can enlighten me on that. They're just purple on the second split time there for Chaz at 49.616 there. April the 4th, Japan, and then April the 16th is USA. Is that our calendar, or is that just practice sessions? I forgot. Sorry, I missed something there. Then again, this is nothing new for me. I miss a lot of things, really, don't I? Across the line there comes Chaz going second fast as well. I'm loving this. It looks like that Chaz is on form. Mr. Rage on form as well around here. German's also very much at the sharp end of the field. This is going to get very interesting indeed. Percy only down in 4th position at the moment. Sorry, 7th position at the moment. And he's on a lap as well. I think that Nigel's also on a lap. And Gamer's on an out lap at the moment. So stick with Percy, but he's a 10th of a second down the first split time. Let's see how he does on the second split time here, but I feel that he might back off here, because that would be I think he'd be disappointed with that first time run, because with the track rubbering in, he would expect to get a bit quicker. The second speed split time is coming up on our screens now, and let's see what as Gamers is in front of us here. He gets out of the way. He's 2/10 of a second down there for Percy, so he's still 2/10 of a second is quite a long way. Serious Spaceship's input on CPI there, as ALR Kaz is saying. Thank you very much, Kaz. You would be going over the calendar when you shock me. Percy across the line, it doesn't improve very, so he's still 3/10 of a second off the pacer. Nigel improves. Oh, goodness me, he's blown me off my poof. Fantastic performance there from Nigel. Less than a 10th of a second in front of Mr. Rage there, and I think that the Silver Championship is going to be very concerned by that, aren't they? Of course, Nigel's leading the championship at the moment. Normally, normally we do try to get reserves in before actual drivers, but of course, till the end of the season, when we start to put more of the front runner silver drivers into like maybe into gold and then bronze to silver, and vice versa like that. But usually when the championship's wrapped up. But goodness me, that's a very good time there for Nigel, isn't it? The first ever ALR champion, very much in the thick of things here tonight. Just watching Gamer there coming down the short back straight. Then Troy is back in the session now. He's only got 6 minutes to go, Troy has there, to get himself back in the car, saddled up and ready to go. And what the man who's leading the World Championship, that is not good at all for Troy's point of view, is it there? So Troy, who's got the best looking helmet design so far tonight, has really got it all to do there with just under 5.5 minutes to go here. Gamer out of the final turn, and that's a great time for Gamer there, 10.979, and a very impressive time indeed there for Gamer. Gamer there will be hoping for a lovely haul of points here tonight. And as I mentioned then, already in the build up to this session, Gamer should have a lot more points under his belt, but he's been very unlucky, along with the drivers like Marky as well. Alhan then, who's on a very solid championship, of course, a Grand Prix winner as well in the United States Grand Prix back in season 4 or 5. I can't remember which one, and just out of the final turn, and at 13 fastest, and for pretty fast then for Alhan. Lovely stuff indeed. We got Percy 3/10 of a second down, and again then, so Percy not really lighting up the timesheets at the moment in the Aston Martin Percy, and just coming down the short back straight. Then there's only 2 dressers around there. It's very difficult to overtake. We seen on going back to the 100% league. Then we seen on Wednesday night that Dan Murphy was struggling to get past. I can't remember who it was now. Gosh, was it Bannister in the Alfa Romeo at the time potentially? I can't remember, but no, Murphy's in the Alfa Romeo. I can't remember what team Bannister was in, but yeah, he did struggle to overtake, didn't he? But Murphy, I think, had a lot of rear wing on that on his car on Wednesday. So I wonder if he might try and go into a different setup direction next. Tomorrow night, of course, that's when Silver's on, isn't it? Nosey, Percy's doing race runs by the look of it. So it does look like it, doesn't it? So yeah, very good spot there from Nosey. That is why he is the fountain of all knowledge, isn't he? So Percy is doing the race runs, but only being 3/10 of a second off the pace is quite interesting indeed. And I've lost who I was looking at. I think I was looking at Wesley, who's also a second off the pace as well. So let's take a look at the mortal there. 3/10 of a second up in the first split time then. What about German? German, I think, is also on a lap as well. Both Ferraris are really putting themselves very much there or thereabouts in contention for pole position. But this is not for pole position yet. Then this is just to get yourself out of qualifying 2 here. Serious Russia gets back on it, P. Yeah, sure, you can't finish that. As I think he's on about his abbreviation of CPI. On to the final straight as well. Comes the Ferrari driver then. As a goodness me, German trying to use all of the slipstream he can, and that is fastest there for German. Can I get Mortal's now faster still? We've seen that in the second split time, or the opening sector, I should say. The Ferraris was looking straight, was looking very good indeed, and a very good time for Mortal and for German. Now, I've always said that I'd like to see Mortal in gold, as he has really dominated the 100% league, hasn't he, for majority of the season. Really impressive indeed. But now Boxtel has found half a second as well. There's been two qualifying runs on this circuit. In this qualifying session. Out the far turn, and Boxtel now on the 10.5. These times have really ramped up all of a sudden, and I think it's track evolution, but I think it's also driver evolution as well. What about Mr. Rage? And he's going to break into the 10s, I feel that, but I don't think he's going to be in the mid-10s like the leader so far. He is actually. He's a 10.7 there for Mr. Rage. Just shows how much I know. Fantastic. What about Vesey then? Can he break into the 10s as well? Not quite then, but it's up to 7th now. My goodness gracious me, this has been absolutely redonkulous times all of a sudden. Magnificent. On board now with Mark as well. Oh, every driver apart from Percy is out on circuit at the moment. There is not. There's about a 70-second. It's a 70-second lap-ish. So, but Percy, I feel, is gonna be. He's coming out of the pits now. There he is. There, but he's only got 90 seconds there to get around and do a time 3 laps to get his fuel right. It's I think Serious Rush saying so. Yes, indeed. That's why I need you guys in the comments there, Noel C and Serious Mushroom, to tell me what's going on, because it wouldn't have dawned on me for a very long time. That wouldn't have. Marky going 9th fastest at the moment. German's retired from the session there, but I think he's safe and sound in third position. What about Troy, the championship leader? He is only going for 1 run as well here. Goodness gracious me there. So Troy, he's all up against it. Well, then the McLaren just get out of the way then. Where is Percy? I think that's Percy in front of us here. So this is going to be a bit of Boxtel is also is in the pits as well. I thought it said someone crashed in the final turn there, but it's just a slow car. This is going to be very contentious. The Aston Martin gets out of the way now, and I thought Percy was going to stay in front there because he is very much going to be against the clock here, into the back straight as well. Then for Troy, as he comes out of turn 11 now. I can't see the clock at the moment because there's a yellow flag in front of us here. I wish they wouldn't do that, because I'd like to know how much is left on the time. Here is Troy then, as into the second split time he goes in the Alpha Tower. That Alpha Tower has been all conquering in season 8, hasn't it, in ALR? So then I think anyone in the 10s should be safe and sound then. I think that anyone in the 11s is going to be very nervous indeed then, and that is from 6 downwards, I feel. And here comes Troy out the far turn. He goes fastest there. Goodness gracious me. And Percy has made it by the skin of his nose cone with 5 seconds to go. As cool as a cucumber, isn't he? Goodness me, I'm not that cool, I must say. But I don't think I will ever be cool. Not as cool as Percy. Goodness gracious me, that was incredible, wasn't it? I thought he was going to be stretching it. He certainly was, wasn't he? But I think that he judged attitude to perfection as well. I'll have turned 14 then as well. I think that turn 14 at the bank to turn 14, which we now know is 38 degrees. Thank you to Serious Russian. Chazza goes 6 fastest. Great stuff indeed. What about Coop then? Is from debut race of the Haas team. He goes into 9th position as well. Magnificent. And Sam Green is in 10th, and he's knocked Bessie out here. He's down in 11th position. Here comes Alhan across the line. He goes 12th fastest there. And I think we still got some big hitters to go. Marky out qualifying. Sweet out qualifying as well. Marky down in 14th position there. And Percy is down the back straight. And by the looks of that long shot there, I thought he was cruising then, but we're on board now with Percy then. So we have got Fezzi, Alhan, Sweet and Marky. They will not be taking part in qualified. What about Green? What about Percy? Percy. It's going to be one of these two that is going to be spectacular, and it'll be a disaster for the championship for Percy. But Sam Green will be loving it to give he can get through, but I think that Percy's made it through. He's in the 11s there, and goodness gracious me, that was very close indeed then. Coop has made it through on his debut tonight in the Haas, has 2 Haas's through. Magnificent stuff indeed then. But we have lost Green, we have lost Vesley, we have lost Alhan, Sweet and Markey, the bottom 5 drivers in this one there, and goodness gracious me. Top 10 tonight, Knowlesy. Knowlesy, I think, is trying to think of a response there, but I reckon he can get. Knowlesy is very shrewd with the strategy calls, isn't he? Knowlesy, remember, he is a 3-time Grand Prix winner. Tired my elbow then, seriously. Saying that. We have also got we have also got Equals in the comments. Hello to you, my good sir. Nigel looking good with gold. He is indeed, isn't he there? But absolutely fantastic stuff, Nigel. He looks in fine vessel in these 2022 cars, and of course there's not many rule changes between 22 and 23, apart from the ride heights have been slightly more increased then, which I don't think will affect the performance of these cars. And so Nigel, well, that's me assuming that Nigel's going into gold next season, of course, but he is in the top 3 at the moment there, and he's looking pretty formidable, isn't he? Right, out of qualifying is Marquis, and look at that, in the top 15 is separated by less than a second. It is very tight here in Zandvoort. There is a short circuit after all, but my goodness me, it's all about talent, isn't it, tonight? Sweet in 14th, Alhan 13th, Vesey 12th, and Sam Green in 11th position. Good stuff to see the 2 Haas's, the 2 Aston Martin through. Both Ferraris are through as well. Lovely jubbly indeed as we roll on into qualifying 3 for the Dutch Grand Prix. German, breaking the brake marker board should be illegal. We've heard this before, haven't we? Of course, drivers at the absolute limit or absolute pinnacle of their craft do use the brake marker boards like they do in real Formula One. Unfortunately, and that is, I think, what gains that inch of time, what separates gold from silver, and maybe kind of like drivers that are really good and drivers like me who are not so good. Because I must admit, what do I look for when I'm braking? The corner, to be fair, but of course, drivers at the absolute peak there do use the brake and marker boards, and I think that by the looks, someone has broken those marker boards, haven't they? When you go off the road, then of course, when you make a mistake and then that's fair enough, but you shouldn't be doing that on purpose there. So maybe that's something for the stewards to have a look at. When Farf gets home, of course, Farf is out on a jolly tonight, but so when Farf gets home, I think that he may be asked to look into that potentially. I'm not sure. Well, Nigel's ex-gold, so he should be. Seriously, saying, remember, yeah, Nigel has got a lot of good credentials, hasn't he? Gold there, as he is a former champion. Percy, no pace out, so that's very concerning now for Percy. Right in the qualifying, he did make it through, but I feel like Troy though as well. Troy set his time exactly in almost the same time. Both Ferraris are coming out of the pit lane now, but that's concerning there for Percy. He needs to start to turn the tide in the championship. Then, yes, I know that we've got about 9 races to go, but yeah, I think they'd be a bit concerned by that. Oh, Knowles, he's not too convinced about top 20 now. It's as good as a street track, why not then? And we'll go for the win in that case. Serious Mushroom is saying, I'm sorry, Knowles here saying then, do it, laugh out loud. And Farf is home. Oh, hello, Farf. I thought that Farf was actually out and about on a jolly. Goodness me. There we go. I thought that because I think that I'm sure that it was Knowles who hosts tonight. Then, goodness gracious. That shows how much I check the holiday channel, doesn't it? Really, of course, there's we do have a holiday channel in the ALR admin area, just to know when like one of us is like, for example, if I decide that I can't do gold for whatever reason or something like that, maybe because I've had too many Easter eggs, which I'm really want Easter now. I know that there's a lot of Easter eggs in the shops, but I thought Easter was until like April, so I'd love to have Easter now personally. I haven't actually bought an Easter egg yet, but I think I will endeavour to tomorrow then when I'm at work. But yeah, we also have a holiday channel for when any of the admins are unable to host it and stuff like that. Because I think Knowlesy was, of course, Knowlesy was not here last week because he was having an exhibition down in London. So I hope he enjoyed himself. I wonder if he went on the London side. I would have gone to London side personally, though, because it's far too high up for me. And I also think that I'm all terrified of heights. I'm not sure if anyone's ever been to that Bear Grylls thing in Birmingham. in Birmingham, as almost gone fast in the first time, but of course we haven't set a time on the board just yet. But yeah, there's a Bear Grylls thing that is in Birmingham. There's like an adventure kind of thing. I had to go there for work, and I must say that I didn't really sell myself very well in front of the ladies and all that kind of stuff, because I'm terrified of heights, and there's something called the high climb. I thought it looked on the, when you looked on the inside, I was like, oh, that ain't too bad. I didn't really know how high 45 feet was, but it's actually quite high. And I didn't even get past the first bit, which wasn't even nowhere near 45 feet high. It was probably, I don't know, it wasn't that high at all, but I couldn't get past the first rope bridge and all that kind of stuff, which I'm very good at. There you go, so you have terrible heights. Out of the final turn then comes a Mortal. He's not terrified of speed though. Great stuff indeed there for a Mortal. And a German there who I think's abandoned his time then, so yeah, he slowed right down because he was quite close to the back of his teammate there. I'm wondering if he had to back off there, and there might have been a miscommunication on the Ferrari part potentially. Well, there's a Haas out there as well, but both of them are on outlet. Well, one's in the pits, the other one's on an outlet. Here comes Boxed Out. He's confident in the quality, confident in the race there, but not too much in the race itself. But in qualifying, he's pretty good there. But he hasn't deployed any of his errors just yet, has he? So I don't think that this is going to be a very good time run either, is it? So I'm not sure. I think he'll be back with German. I think he might be actually. So yeah, German on the lap at the moment, but Gamer's also on the lap actually. No, yes, he's also warming up his tyres as well. Percy is on a quick lap. There he is. Just coming on the back straight. I'm a roofer, and I wouldn't even go on the London side Serious Rush straight. I didn't know he was a roofer Serious Rush. Well, lovely stuff indeed there. To be honest, fair play to you, because you wouldn't be able to get up on the roof. If I tried to get up on the roof, I'd probably fall through it because of my hips and stuff like that. But again, I am like Shakira, my hips don't lie. Out of the final turn, and I have missed. Gamer and German have not set competitive times. No disrespect to him, but I think it was on another build-up lap. Then Percy going second fast, and a 10th second behind the Mortal at the moment. This is not really what the regular championship protagonists want, do they? Really, they don't really want a reserve driver or any of the drivers, and not usually in tip-top form, to be Sweet has left the session now. Hopefully he can get back in, but they don't want any of anyone who's usually not a part of front. German going faster still, and he's in the 10.4s. That's a quality time there for German. I think that's the fastest of the session so far. Brilliant stuff indeed there for German. Here comes Mr. Rage Center getting on the curbs then, and of course that is good as long as those curbs are similar to turn 11 there, where you do not want to get sucked out there too much. Mr. Rage showing his performance again there with second fastest. Troy out of the final turn, and Troy with the best helmet on the field so far out of the final turn, and that's pole position for the 10-3. No, it isn't. It's a 10-3 1-8 there for Box House, now on professional pole position here for the Dutch Grand Prix. Gamer's gone full fastest in line in his credentials in this season's Dutch Grand Prix. Magnificent stuff indeed out there, and I'm sweating profusely. I wish I took my jumper off now, so we might have to have an interval between qualifying and the race, I think then. Here comes Nigel then. Nigel, of course, a silver participant normally. Well, tonight then he is very much in gold territory, and he has done a cracking job for himself with the Williams team. The final turn there, and Nigel goes full fast as Williams do need some major points then after a shocking season so far for the Williams team, and hopefully their two drivers are going to deliver tonight then. On an outlap at the moment there is one of the Ferraris there, but German currently third fastest moment, but it's Boxed Out Troy. German. Percy has not set a time just yet. He's down in 8th position. Coop in 9th position. Chaz and Temper. Mr. Rage, who's currently 6th fastest at the moment, with Immortal and Percy. Percy has set a time 11.2 actually. Goodness gracious me, he's back in the pit set, trying to find something magical in that car then, if he can then. Coop in 9th position and Chaz in 10th position at the moment. Those drivers then have not set times just yet then. As Serious Russian saying, who's missing? Gurney's on it as well then. I think we've got both the Alpines missing, so there's no Wouter or Cushion tonight. Then we got no Mumford either in here. Glock, yes, you're right, Glock is not in here either, unfortunately. Sonat is not in here, but of course there's awful that's like awful earthquake at the moment. I think that Fark has been in contact with Sonat, and I think that we probably will replace him this season, but he's definitely going to be welcome back when he can come back to the game then. Out to the final turn then, and the Immortal's about to start his time run now then. I'm just taking a look to see who else is missing. KD is not in the event either, unfortunately. So yeah, we've got about 6 drivers missing here tonight, which is shocking stuff indeed. Percy saying, don't expect me to go into the 10s. I should have used my 100% setup. That Percy saying that this one is something that comes out of his rear, unfortunately. So Percy, who I was expecting to be in fine Vettel, is really struggling at the moment, and a 10-7 will only get him up to the second row of the grid then, which I say only because that'll be a good time indeed. But I do think that the drivers are going to be quicker on this last run as well, because the track evolution around here is almost as steep as that final turn of turn 14 here in Zandvoort. Here comes car 2, default helmet designed Immortal down the back straight there. As you can see, of course, 3/10 of a second up in the second split time. That would be comfortably in the 10s there, but let's see what he can do then. Of course, the final sector is only 3 turns there, but goodness me, you still have to complete the lap then. As Kaz has thrown in his predictions, I'll read them out in just a jiffy then, because we've got to just check about Immortal's progress first. Out of the final turn, and he's got 3 and 3/4 minutes to go, but there's 4 passes. There's a Ferrari in second row here. As Immortal, I think he's driving Ferrari for the second week in a row, with Mumford unable to drive better. Of course, Mumford's been has been doing fantastic work this season, the Ferrari, hasn't he? As he's really struggling to get to grips with the car, but my goodness me, he's drove the wheels off of that one, hasn't he? German there, who's just about to start us out then. Whilst German starts us out, can't say my prediction. Troy first, German second, Gamer third position. That's a very bold choice. I love it. And I don't think German is starting this lap either, is he? He's going for an extra warm-up lap here, so that is very interesting stuff indeed there for German. So yes, now I must say that there's sometimes you go for an extra warm-up lap, but this is a very interesting strategical call there for the Ferrari. This man's not going for an extra warm-up lap. He is going for broke right from the get-go. Here's Boxstall, his second World Championship mode. 5 wins in 13 starts and 5 pole positions in 13 qualifying attempts there for Boxstall as well. 8 pole positions, 2 fastest laps, and only 1 DNF this season. Same with Mr. Rage. So I forgot to mention on the stream last week, but Mr. Rage has only ever had 2 DNFs in his career in ALR. That is fantastic, isn't it? He had 1 DNF last season, and he's had 1 DNF this season. Mr. Rage is a man that gets that car to the end through all kinds of weather conditions and elements in Formula 1. So fantastic stuff indeed. Just watching Boxstow's on the back straight. Serious Mushroom, Mr. Rage 1, Coop 2, Koopa's in the soup, and Troy Bird then, but I'm not biased then. Or Nosey then. Equals Nigel, Chaffers, and Coop there. Goodness me, keep your predictions coming in. I'm not going to predict because I usually give everyone the commentators curse, and because I'm always wrong anyway. So there we go. I'm wrong usually 100% of the time. Out of the final turn, 90% of the time, but 100% of the time. Now the turn there comes Boxstall. Pole position there for the Ferrari. No, for the McLaren. And really good stuff indeed. Cooper's on the lap at the moment. What about Mr. Rage? Mr. Rage is starting his lap as well. Both Haas drivers that are attacking the course set. As yellow flags there, as one of the McLarens of Boxstall just getting out of the way there. A great time indeed there for Boxstall. Is that too much there? German's 200ths of a second up in the first time, but he's gone wide, and he's in the wall, and he goes there, and German there is out of the qualifying shootout there, and goodness me, when we was on board with him, he felt that he'd gone wide there, and unfortunately, that was it there. He's in no man's land there, wasn't he? And he wasn't going to be able to come back from that, unfortunately. Percy on an outlap at the moment, and that's a Mr. Rage is off the circle as well at the it's the corner after where German went off there, and Mr. Rage is also unfortunately not going to be able to participate any further in this qualifying. Well, actually, he has time to get around again. He's got 45 seconds to get around again if he could manage it then. Goodness me, here comes Koopa's in the soup out of the final turn then. Geez, that's fast there, Serious Mushroom is saying then. Goodness gracious me, these are fast times there from Boxstall, and I think the Boxstall is absolutely, we'll take a look at the all-time pole position time in a minute. Out of the final turn there for Koopa, across the line now, he stays 9th fastest there in the Haas car. And the German out of qualified, unfortunately. He's going very disappointed. Mr. Rage said is parked on the is parked on the exit of turn number 14. Percy starts the lap as well. What about that Ferrari of Immortal? Immortal is now going to start his final run as well. And I'm trying to look to see who's actually on a quick lap here at the moment. It is Chazza, who is going to be the second man to cross the line. Mr. Rage is not going for another time run, unfortunately. Chazza going fifth fastest there. Great time there for Chazza. Lovely stuff indeed. Troy, who's made a mistake and is in the pit lane here, so Troy is not going to be able to go for another run, unfortunately. Percy, very wide there, goodness me. And of course, it's where Gurman went off there. You can't touch that outside, well, you can't touch outside curb there. Because stupid mistake cost me here, Gurman is saying that. Yeah, unfortunately, Gurman, we seen it on the stream as well. Out of the final turn, the Gamer going fifth fast. A great time for Gamer. He is flying the flag for the Aston Martin here. What about Nigel? He's a second down, the second split time. I think that this might be a in-lap here for an in-lap here then for Nigel then. Yes, I think that he is finished then for the day. What about Coop then? And Coop is also coming into the pits as well. Percy, this is an important lap now for his entire event. Then out to the final turn there. Here, Aaron Zamford then coming over the grid hatchet as well. And where can he put him? He's put him up to row 2 and fair finish. Percy has pulled one out of the hat, and he is on the second row of the grid alongside Gurman there. 4,000 second in front of the Ferrari driver. And goodness me, Boxtel, Troy and Percy and Gurman, the top 4 in the championship, the top 4 in qualifying as well here. But Percy, I think, will be overjoyed with this result. But it is going to be Boxtel who is on pole position for the 6th time in 14 qualifying in 14 qualifying appearances. Fantastic stuff indeed there for Boxtel. Magnificent stuff indeed. They're all qualified, so I enjoyed that. That was very eventful indeed, wasn't it? That was also McLaren's 4th pole position of the season as well. So I think they'll be very happy with that one as well. But I think the overall pole positions for Boxtel in his career, he's now up to 8 pole positions in 28 qualifying attempts. That was a pretty good strike rate for Boxtel. So very much a man, one at the car, one with the car. Then in terms of time sessions, there pole position there for Boxtel, almost 2 tenths a second in front of Troy. Percy salvaged something and got up to third. In the end with Gurman in 4th there. He made a mistake on his final time run. Otherwise, I think he could have been in it to win it here in this qualifying session. Immortal in 5th position. Gamer, great time in 6th there. Chazza also at the in the thick end of this action as well. Nigel in 8th position there with the 2 Haas's 9th and 10th bed for the top 10. Was not expecting that. Percy was saying OMG, and Sirius Busher was saying, or you could get the win if you don't know. And we've also got Percy, GG Percy in game, and then of course hashtag Aston Martin's Jordy and Percy round 6. Ding ding, GG guys as well. Good luck all, and let's go for a break then. As I gotta go and take me Jim Froth and find a suitable T-shirt to wear. 1 minute. Welcome back, everyone. And as well, you haven't missed much, to be honest, because I think we had a issue with the session there, and unfortunately, Mr. Rage has had to exit. So hopefully, he can get back in, and hopefully, he can get into his car ready for the race itself. And just now, is week so yeah, Carl Brown saying there's some decent merch, to be honest. It's very decent indeed. That as I was out in the pub last night. Of course, don't drink and drive, but I was out. Luckily, I don't drink and drive because all I did was just waddle up the street, which is 5 minutes away. Yeah, indeed, I was actually showing off my my beautiful ALR merch last night. They was all very impressed indeed. Then, so hopefully, and we might have a few new subscribers as well. But my aim personally is to try and get to 500 subscribers before the end of the season. So hopefully we can do that then. Hopefully we can do that as well then. Of course, I'm all about the subscribers and stuff. If I could do the usual YouTube thing, like share and subscribe and all that kind of good stuff, that'd be cracking. Of course, there's Troy who does our TikTok stuff as well. However, we haven't done much TikTok as of lately, mainly because Mr. Commentator has not been sending Troy any action clips, which is pretty shocking. There we go. So blame that Ginger guy who does all the commentary and stuff. But anyway, we're now getting on to the race as well. Serious Russian bought one, yeah. Thank you very much to everyone who's bought an ALR merch. It's a really nice. I really like the jumpers actually. They're very cushy. I must admit, I underestimated how warm the hoodie was, because last night I was sweating profusely then, which I normally sweat anyway. I'm a sweaty best. Yeah, it was. I didn't realise how hot it would be. The jumper was. But yes, that was the first time I used it in action last night. So yeah, very good sympathy. You can't say the hoodie is very comfy. It is very comfy, isn't it? As so Percy's gone for some tires and to open this one there. And yeah, thank you very much to Serious Russian Equals and everyone else who's bought the ALR merchandise. So a very big thank you indeed. I think I think that the money probably will be going to the trophies as well at the end of the season. Only 19 away, Serious Russian saying in here, so unfortunately we've got 20 there tonight. But one of the drivers, it was meant to be a part of this grid tonight. Indigo, unfortunately didn't show up. Right, let's go for the grid show. So soft tyres for Percy. No one else is on the soft compound tyre here tonight. Boxdale versus Percy, haha. Mr. Rage, why me? Mr. Rage, and that is a cry. That is a cry. I think that we don't want to see. Why does the game have to do that to me like that? Can you get back in the car? Is more important, Mr. Rage. That's what I'm concerned about. You can still get into 9th position on the grid. Then I hope that he can, because Mr. Rage has been one of the drivers of the season for me, along with Mumford. Two drivers that have been absolutely fantastic. He needs to get back in the car before the start of the event, because it's happened to Serious Russian and a few other drivers, hasn't it? It seems to be the cursed car that has. Just going on tyre compounds and medium tyres for Bannister, Barber, we have got Vesley, Green, Co-op and Mr. Rage, and medium tyres for Morsel and Boxer. Everyone else on the soft compound tyres. We're still looking at Mr. Rage at the moment there, as he's just come through the bank turn there. Boxed out pole position for the 8th time in his career, for the 6th time this season. Troy is alongside him on row 1. Percy, salvage qualifying, is now third on soft. Gurman and Mortal 4th and 5th. Well done to both Ferraris. Gamer in 6th position with Chaz and 7th. Very much at the pick of the action. First ever ALR Gold champion, Nigel in 8th position. Mr. Rage in 9th. Coop in 10th position, making his day for the Haas team then, replacing Liam, yeah. Sam Green 11th. Vezi in 12th position. I'm not going to get this, am I? Alhan 13th. Sweet 14th. Marky 15th. 16th position is champions. Knowles 17th. Barber 18th. Bannister 19th. Ben, let's get going for the start of the race. Mr. Rage is not in his car. And yes, and I think the Mushroom's right then. I don't think he's going to be allowed to take control. And here we go then for 5 bright lights. And we're out here in Zandvoort. And let's go then. Great start there for the Red Bull at the back there. Immortals past his teammate already, because Gurman's had the pole-in start. And now Williams and Nigel going on the outside as well. And they all get through safely, I think then. And good start indeed then. I think that it's Mr. Rage in his car. Percy's down into 7th position there. And this soft shot Aston Martin has had the pole-in start. He's now fighting with his teammate Gamer. But is he going to be through? He is through. Back up in his 6th position as well. And just take a look at his Coop is in his car. No, Mr. Rage is in his car. Great stuff, man. And he's now alongside yellow flag and one as well. The Red Bulls and Barber is out is off the circuit there. Boxall leads Troy in 2nd position. Also up 2 positions for Gurman as stationary in 4th position, with Nigel now moving up 3 positions in 5th position. Percy down into 6th now. Percy's soft tyre strategy not worked out too well in this run. 36 laps around here tonight, and I think that Percy is going to be very disappointed, because he wanted those soft tyres to propel him up the order, not down the order. He's down in 6th position at the moment. Percy is Green at 3 positions as well. Great start for Green there, and unfortunately it's Percy with the biggest drop in terms of positions there. Barber the biggest drop in terms of time. Then lap 1 complete, then it's already a second already. Boxstar is pulling away from Troy in 2nd position, then Immortal in 3rd. 4th is 4th position is currently Gurman at London, and here comes comes Coop, then Percy's getting past Nigel, made his way up into 5th position. We missed that because I thought there was going to be another overtaking. I'm just further back at the moment now. Oh my goodness gracious me there. And just now on board there with just watching Percy. He's back up into 5th position now then. And goodness me, I think that Percy will be very disappointed with how this one's gone so far. There's the race strategy for anyone who's on medium tires. They go so hard on lap 20, on lap 16 to 22. Well, that's a soft run. It's apparently it's going to use all 3 types of compounds. I don't believe that. I think that Percy may go to the hard tires at the end of the race there. Oh gosh, it's almost swallowed my tongue again. I need to learn how to breathe, don't I? I've only been on the earth for 3 or 4 years. Boxtel leads then. He's out of DRS range already here from Troye. Moulton in third, German in 4th position. Now, German had a so-so start in that Ferrari, and unfortunately, it hasn't done too up. He hasn't lost any position. Percy, appalling start there for the Aston Martin team. As the 2 Haas cars have just got into each other there, I think, and it's unsettled Coop's car, and I hope Mr. Race hasn't got damage. And Sirius Mushroom said, Sirius Mushroom said that, says Boxtel sent a pass after the race. Sirius Mushroom said that, of course, Coop must be outside, Mr. H must be in his car, and everyone's been disqualified. That's I'd say that's exactly right. Then it's you would think I know what goes on in this game now, but obviously I don't know. Equal said, here we go. Indeed, we have certainly gone off to a flying start already in this one. And we've got Edu saying, Boxtel and Person main contact again. It's saying nothing new there. Oh, goodness me. So that's what's on the Percy. And we thought the Percy had a so-so start then. But yes, so there's been contact again into championship protagonists of Boxtel and Percy. And goodness gracious me, Immortals after he's in the gravel there. And goodness me, and he's off in a major big way. He's a great start to the Ferrari, has dropped down the order, and goodness me, remember he made a similar mistake in the 100% league a few days ago as well, but it was a quarter before. And down off the circuit as well is Barber, who in the second Red Bull then having a difficult time so far. Percy now back up into 4th position there. Serious Russian, I wouldn't have gone soft set. So where was that contact then made? Because I must admit, we didn't see it, and I'm wondering where it happened then. Did it happen? And yellow flag again. I was going to say red flag. Thank goodness me. That would have been a horrific accident if it was. Look at Percy. He's past Gerben up into 3rd position now. And Percy knows that this is a crunch road to the championship potentially, as he is currently 24 points behind Boxtel, who's a further 10 back from Troy, who's the championship leader at the moment there. But look at Boxtel. He's absolutely launched off, hasn't he? They're also 1.6 seconds in front of German, who's now dropped down to 4th position, and Percy now with the 3rd position mark. He's off the circuit at turn 3, at the exit of turn 3. And one of you is given a helping hand then. We got a problem with one of the Red Bulls. They're struggling to get going. It is Barber, who's having a nightmare race here so far in Zandvoort there, as he is struggling to get away once again. And now once again back to this ball here, yellow flag in 3 as the Red Bull is just in some major problems there. One of those technical gremlins on that Red Bull, Barber. That is such a shame then. Mortal down 17 positions as well. Mortal is that he came back to finish 3rd, I think, on Wednesday night. So if he does anything like that tonight, that would be a spectacular effort. Of course, as he got almost double the time then, hasn't he? Barber's got a 5-second penalty there for speed in the pit lane. He's out of the race already, Barber said, so he's called it a day. And just look at this, Nigel, who's now going to defend then from Gamer on the outside, and Nigel on the inside. Goodness me, Nigel giving him a squeeze there. He gave him just about an Aston Martin's car with both Haas cars are zigzagging, changing position. But look at that, Mr. H up into 9th position there. Passes his teammate of Coop, and away he goes. And Sirius Mushroom thinks that Percy's going to need a safety car to but he may get one around here. Yeah, it's so tight around here. If you go off in a big way, it is going to be a safety car. Yellow flag at the back. That's one of the markers recovering them, but that's also one of the Red Bulls. That is Barber's car, who's out of the race set, unfortunately. And Nigel is struggling for pace about now. He's 2 seconds back now from German. German's a further 4/10 of a second behind Percy, but the gap is already 1.4. 2.7 seconds. Percy's got damage, Edu's saying there. So Percy has got damage, and that is not good. That is why he's done a great job to recover himself back up the order. However, look at this battle here between Bannister and Immortal then. Bannister is not yielding, and it's of course the only Alpine driver less than this one there. And away goes Mr. Ray saying they're starting the game then. But I hope that was on the formation. Sorry, in between the sessions there. Now Immortal has come out of the barn turn very nice indeed. Chance to drop down to 9th position, or make that 8th position then. 8th position. Oh no, Mr. Rage is off the circuit, and I wonder if they came to blows there, but he's dropped down the order. He's spun again. He's in the wall, Mr. Rages. Oh no, and that is unfortunate there. And look at this, that is Bannister at the order, and that is a safety car for that Haas car. And Mr. Rage is off the circle again. I wonder if he probably realised he has no wing now, and that safety car prediction is. Has come true. Serious Russian said that safety car prediction has come true there. Yeah, Edu said that the contact between Boxtel and Percy has caused damage. So Serious Russian said that Aston Martin must be made of paper. We didn't see it on stream, I don't think, unless I completely missed it, which could be the case. But that is a big blow for Percy. But however, he has a safety car now. I wonder if he's going to come in the pits, change that front nose cone, or it might be damage actually on the side pods. If it's damage on the side pods or the rear crash structure, he cannot repair that in the race there. Oh, but if it's a front wing change, then that he might be able to get away with that then. But I'm wondering if he's going to come in the pits then. So Troy then, who is on the hard tires, I doubt he's going to come in the pits there. So Percy is in the pits now then. But this is once again Percy, who the long saga between Percy and Boxtel has had another chapter to this heated rivalry. Into the pits comes Green. That's the wrong box, Mr. Director. A lovely shot of the AlphaTauris then, but to goodness gracious me, they're very close together, aren't they? I think that's almost 2 into 1. Goodness me, Percy. We didn't see if that was a wing change. I assume it was, because he's now behind Green here into the pits as well. Mr. Rage said, and now so Mr. Rage is going to the pits. Said lovely shot there, lovely chest there from the Ferrari mechanics there, and now he's out of the pits there. We've got some unusual camera angles at the pit lane here tonight, and Mr. Rage there is changing the nose cone there, car 25, and he'll be out in just a jiffy, and he is indeed then out then. So we've had a lot of pit stops there. We had 4 drivers that come to the pits on lap 7, all on hard tyres, all should be able to get to the end of the this race then. Hopefully, as I bravely predict, which is never going to go well, is it? So Boxtel leads him, but he is on the medium tyres at the moment. The safety car has come up, but remember that there's going to be a lot of field spread around here. Percy's going to have to come back through the field once again, and goodness me, yeah, the long storied rivalry between Percy and I thought he's gone to the back of Green there, so he was caught very much unaware. But goodness me, I don't think he has. But Percy and Green almost came to blows under the safety car. That is not what we want to see. And goodness gracious me, AlphaTauris garage a little intimate, whilst saying that. Goodness, yes indeed, then very intimate indeed. Then, but of course they are closely. They must be a very closely run team. Then they're doing a very good job. Talking about AlphaTauri into the pits goes Wesley off Mr. Nerius, now into the pits. That is yes, goodness gracious me, and into the pits that goes the AlphaTauri. But this time they're not standing in each other. They are just getting toward that lovely bit of choreography there from the AlphaTauri. And Wesley is now into the hard tyres until the end of the race. He's going to get out in front of Mr. Rage, and he's going to go on a similar strategy now to Wesley. Wesley coming out of the pits now, so Wesley down the back of the field. The Lucas first say not sure boxed out the curb and has spun into me, but I was put into the wall there. So that's what happened there, and we didn't see where it was, though, did we? So yes, once again, then so another twist in the tail, then another sting in the tail, then for the championship rivals there. And I think that Troy, who was leading the championship, by the way, but I don't think he's had any issues with the with Boxtel or Percy at all, has he? Troy there could once again be able to take advantage. However, judging from that opening stint there, Boxtel did look pretty good. However, he is on a step softer compound tyre. He is on the medium tyre compared to Troy, who's on the harder compound tyre at this stage. And safety car's lights have gone off. We're going to be racing once again here. One retirement Barber. Safety car came out because of the contact with Mr. Rage, and I'm not sure if it was contact between himself and Chaz, who's now made his way up in his safety position. Pit stops in this safety car paired with Sam Green, was Percy, Immortal, Mr. Rage, and Wesley out of the race. see Percy stopped Jordy from spinning. What a good mate. Goodness me. Now getting ready to go once again. So this circuit is very difficult to overtake. So that is an added caveat here. Yes, you may have, and now we're gone, I think. So yes, the drivers at the backfield may have now stopped now. They may not stop again. But that is oh gosh, and Gurman and Nigel, who is it? It is Nigel as they go into turn one there, and then Gamer up the inside of Nigel here. Oh goodness me, is there going to be contact? There might even be a contact. There's a front wheels go down to turn 2 and into turn 3 here. Oh my goodness, great to me. Look at Gamer on the outside. Then Coop has dropped down to the back of the field there. Oh no! And Coop that it was in the top 10, dropping down the order unfortunately. And Chazza is all over the back of Gamer then after his squabble with Nigel, and Chazza was unable to get through. On board now then Percy on a difficult start there as he is at 1.6 seconds away from Sam Green now. We keep an eye on those drivers who are trying to progress through the field. Coop may also need a safety car as well now because he is at the back of the field and he is on the used medium tyres then. So that is not good at all for Coop then, but let's see how this one transpires. Boxtel is already a second in front of Troy, who's in turn already a second away from Gurman, but Gurman had Nigel to contend with there at the start of this one. Chappers, who scored on his on his day for the Williams team last week in Belgium, is now looking very good. Is looking very good in the Williams car, and is now up into 8th position as well. But this is very much early stages still in this one. No DRS and until the third lap here. Boxtel leads at second position. Then look at the top 4 then. All of them are now second apart. But Nigel is not a second away from Gamer, who is also not a second away from not a second away from Chaz or even Bannister on the outside here. Bannister is alongside Sam Green. He is through. Great manoeuvre. Markey and Coop both in the pits there. And I wonder if they came to blows actually. We've seen Coop dropping down the order, but Markey's also in the pits as well. Markey has gone to the medium tyres, which I think is contact there. As there was that front wing was rubbing the rear wheel of Bannister, but Sam Green would like to get past this man here because he is so his progress down ever so slightly. But Bannister is on the medium compound tyre. So, and Grim, no! And that's a Gamer off the circuit there. He spun the car at the exit at turn 11 and dropped down the order. And goodness me, he's going to be kicking himself with that one. He's now down at the end of the field there. Can Bessie sneak through as well? He's trying. There's been of rubbing wheels there for Bessie and Gamer here. And Gamer there, who's trying to recover DRS, has now been enabled there. Oh, but Gamer has lost a lot of time here, hasn't he there? And he is going to be very frustrated. Gamer is at that. Oh, goodness gracious me. I wonder if the tyres just a bit unbalanced there. Green is got a bit of is now through and past Bannister, who's made his way up into 10th position. This could be a good hold of points. Green's best position in his career was back in 2nd position in the Azerbaijan GP several races ago now, wasn't it? But he's had a very good second part of the season then compared to his first, so he's very much started to come on something. Is Markey in the pits again then? He's in the pits again now, so there's a problem there, and it's another nose cone change for Markey, and so he's back on the hard tyres then. That should get him to the end of the race, but the nightmare race here for the second McLaren. Was the first McLaren was only a second in front now. Well, he was a second in front before, but he is not most away, has he? As much said. Serge Rush then. We got Serge Rush and Alex top 10. I said he could do it, and he certainly is at the moment. He knows in a great job in 9th position, but he now has Green for company. Green is on a fresher medium tyre, and we're going to be seeing medium runners coming to the pit soon. But there's only 2 medium runners left in this race now. One is Boxtel, who's in the race, and the other one is Bannister here. So as Alhan is through, no, Chappers is through. He's flying on that Williams, isn't he? Chappers he's got a new leash of life, hasn't he, since being confirmed as the driver for the Williams team. He is he's doing a great job. Points in the last race. Now he's in 6th position in this one. That'll be his best result of his career thus far. Alhan dropping down into a 7th position as well. Sam Green is now starting to really give Nosey a bit of aggro here in the second Alfa Romeo. Chaz is now 3 tenths a second behind Nigel. It's becoming a bit of a cork in the bottle here, isn't it? Well, I'd say it's not too much of a cork in the bottle actually, because Chappers is at 1.7 seconds away. But Chaz could potentially be on his best result of his season so far. He's 5th at the moment. Can he get himself back up into 4th position? I'm sure he got 4th already actually this season. I'll have to have a look at the old stat book in a minute. This is the close battle on track about it. As we're just watching the medium runners who came in the pits under that first safety car period is now starting to really pay dividends. On board with Person, who's firm the World Championship, and is becoming mission critical now in his championship quest. And he was leading for majority of the first half of the season, but it's starting to go slightly wrong now with several collisions now between himself and Boxtel. But Percy says he wasn't sure if Boxtel hit the curb or not. Then we'll get Boxtel's takeaway as well and see what occurs after Bannister. Oh goodness me, cuts across Mr. H there, and really chopping the nose cone, not literally off Mr. Rage, but goodness me, a brutal chop there from Bannister as Mr. Rage unable to get through the moment. What Chappers has never been above 6. I think Chappers in gold has never been above 9th position, I believe. And so Chappers is on really good run of form at the moment there. Chappers has never finished. He's never finished higher than 9th. Chappers has it. And of course, in the last week's event, that was his best performance of his career in gold. Mr. Rage then trying to go on the inside of Bannister. He will now have the outside and have the purchase. He has the position there. Immortal also in this battle as well. Then I feel that Bannister's going to be looking over his shoulder then. He's going to be looking over his shoulder and out of the final turn then, and Immortal trying just almost having issues there, and now Immortal's up into 13th position there. We have just had word, the reason why there's a big gap is Percy has damage there from the other McLaren of Markey, which is why Markey came into the pits, I think, first time around then. So Percy is now driving with more damage in that Aston Martin car. Goodness gracious me, traffic around here is tough to get through. As we've also got Equal saying, "Come on, chaps!" There, just watching, giving it his seriously can't believe that. Yeah, Chappers. I feel that I think that in the first 2 races he was a bit unlucky, wasn't he? But I think he's been given a new leash of life from that Williams car, hasn't he? But that's a nightmare for Percy to be damaged there on that second McLaren. So that is not good at all. He saw him go to the back of someone under the safety car, but I can't remember who it was. But now then, so he's carrying more damage than Percy. I said, goodness gracious me. Equals is very much right there. I'm not sure I see 2 cars going side by side. I did see 2 cars. It is Gamer and Bannister. Of course, Gamer, who spun earlier on in this race and who is trying to come back from the field there, but is now very much fighting an uphill battle now, isn't he? But let's see what he can do from here on in there. Boxtel is still not going to the pit. The gap is 1.3 now. Knowles has lost out to Green, who is now into 9th position. Now Knowles dropped down to 10th position. We're just watching Gamer and Bannister here. Bannister is staying on the outside here. Oh, goodness me. And, yes, Gamer is now through. Goodness me. Gamer is now through, passes Bannister and made his way up into 14th position now. But Gamer, unfortunately, this race is going to be quite tough now, isn't it? On board, Knowles he's just dropped down a position there. Look at Mr. Rage. He is now very much getting his way back up here. He may not know that Percy's got damage there, as he was very close to the back of the Aston Martin of Percy here. Percy is made through to that position at this moment in time. Both Aston Martins are currently out of the points around here. Lap number 15 out of 36 here. Boxtel leads the way by 1.5 seconds, but he's on the medium tyres here. He'll be in the pits fairly early, but as Equal said, that it is very difficult traffic is around here, and no one else is going to be coming into the pits for a long time. So Boxtel is going to be fighting an uphill battle as well to see if he can get through Markey and Coop, unfortunately, over a pit stop away from the back of the field at the moment. So they will be hoping for a safety car in the next one, hopefully before the end of the race really. 20 laps to go in this Dutch Grand Prix. Vesely is now through, and that's contact there as Bannister's gone to the back then, but that was a much more safer manoeuvre there from Vesely, as a Gamer was fighting with a Bannister on the exit of turn 1 into turn 3 before getting the job done there. But Vesely much more conventional and not as much defending needed there from Vesely when he got past there. There's much of he sense a pile-up incoming. Of course, we do love a pile-up, don't we? However, at the moment now, I don't want anyone to win a pile-up because this is an incredibly intriguing Grand Prix so far. German has been dropped by 2.5 seconds now from Troy and Boxtel. Nigel is 4 seconds away. Chazza can't get past Nigel. We've seen in the 100% lead, and it's difficult to overtake in this one, isn't it? And now we've got Sweet, who is the kind of the cork in the bottom here. But look at this. So it's this is the so these guys are all in DRS of each other. Sweet, so it's Sweet, Green, Knowlesy, Percy, Mr. Rage, Immortal, and Gamer is just outside the DRS now. But look at this, who is that? Who's that crawling? Knowlesy's crawling then, and there's issues there for the Alfa Romeo. And now then is we got Percy into the top 10, Mr. Rage down to their position, Gamers into the pit set, and maybe triggering an undercut here. He would have to go to the medium tyres, surely. And then now then is Percy up into 10th position. Then this is the battle for 8th position. Sam Green is looking very on it now, isn't he? He's looking very strong indeed. Troy is now gained 2/10 of a second over Boxtel. So some medium tyres start to go off here in this one. Well, they've done 17 laps on the cracking stint around here, haven't they? So we do expect the hard tyres to go a lot longer than the mediums as well. But Boxtel doing a great job at the moment now. I don't want one, Sean. I'm not a monster. Oh, I'm a monster. I do love a bit of. Everyone loves a good smash every now and again, don't they? But in the moment we don't want one because I think that this race is finally poised, isn't it? This one there, and Mr. Rage is still can't get past Percy. We've heard that Percy is carrying down for the second time in this Grand Prix. It is not visible. He must have damaged his wing then on that opening exchanges then, and then but this time around, of course, if it's damage on the side pods or the rear crash structure, then it's going to be very difficult to Sweet in the pits very early on the hard tires. I'm wondering if his mechanics, one of his race engineers' mechanics, have caught him in the pits there because they've heard about Gamer coming to the pits as well. So of course Gamer will be starting to trigger a undercut here. But you can see then that the Mercedes coming out of the pits now, and Gamer is just coming down the back straight then. So it shouldn't be too close there. But you'll see there he is then. Well, actually, it's quite close indeed there. So Sweet has done a great job there to come out in front of the Gamer here, because they were very close on tracks. That is a important bit of information now for these drivers out here. So yes, the undercut is quite powerful around here. On board there with Chaz at the moment, as you can see, he's activated the DRS button there, hasn't he? As of course the DRS gets deactivated, and when you go onto the brakes, and Chaz is still stuck behind his foe at the moment in this race, which is Nigel's doing a great job. But these drivers have pulled away from Chappers. Really good stuff indeed there, but Mr. Rage still hasn't pitted just yet. Boxtel has done a great job on those medium tyres then. Same with Bannister as well. Both of those drivers are very much. I'm wondering if Boxtel's going to try and go into the soft tyres. Is that doable? We didn't see. Of course, the person came to the pits fairly early on the soft tyres. I'll be surprised to see soft tyres in this race, but is that doable? Goodness gracious me! Again, the Bannister's had enough now. He is in the pits there. He'll be thrown on the medium tyres. Obviously, I would assume to the end of the race. And Bannister could be on course for some major points. So major points that you've just seen of how powerful the undercut is. And with Gamer coming into the pits, and look at that, and he's all very close to the back of Sweet here, and he's now passed the Muniz Howard into 40th position there. So it's looking bleak for Gamer. However, he is now going to be flying away 16 seconds away from Knowlesy. But then and that is well within the pit stop window here. So he will be, when the drivers come in, the likes of well, actually all the hard runners will be coming in again, I don't think. So be in front of Knowlesy, they potentially be in front of the likes of Alhan as well, maybe Alhan and Champer as well. Oh goodness me, I forgot that these guys coming from the pits, so I've been speaking absolute rubbish in the last couple of minutes or so. Back on board now for most of them, but Percy's now starting to get a mini Q behind him as well. Into the pits comes the race here, so Boxtel has done 20 laps on these medium tyres. He's now going to go to the hards, which won't do as long as those mediums, interestingly enough, and he's now out of the pits as well. And look at this, but he is going to be, is he going to be out in the thick out? He's going to be out in the thick end. This may be crucial in this race. And look, there's Percy, and is he going to get, I think he's going to be out in front of Percy, isn't he? Look at that then, Boxtel's out there. This is a crucial part of this race. And goodness me, once again, they find each other on the track. Oh my goodness me. And that is, of course, he's going to have fresher tyres. Boxtel is, can he warm him up quickly enough? But he somehow squeezed in that gap, which is kind of non-existent there. Chapper's coming out of the pits now, and he's out in front of Gamer. That's an important part of this race there, because now Chapper's, I think that Chapper's would definitely have been looking at that gap. Look at the tyres are taking a while to really start to warm up here, and Mr. Rage and Immortal has been on these tyres for quite a while. So now then, this is the crucial part of this race now. So in front of Boxtel is Percy, is Green. They are not going to stop again then, so he is going to have to pass those two drivers on circuit here. Immortal is trying to pass Mr. Rage on circuit as well. Troy going to have softer tyres in, so when he is going to have softer tyres, so he's in the box seat. No pun intended. I do love a good pun there. We've also got you couldn't write this. No, you couldn't, could you? Nigel in the pits as well. To be honest, I'm maybe making a mountain out of a mole here this section, because the hard runners may be coming in a lot earlier than what I thought they'd be. But it'd be interesting to see then how if anyone's going to try and extend this stage over to the soft tyres, because the medium tyres have gone a very long way into this race. And do you think that the soft tyres could go a decent way as well? Goodness gracious me! And here he comes then. Well, we did see on stream then, but they've already come to blows in this race there. And now Boxtel is going to be held up here ever so slightly, which is going to allow Troy, who's only a second in front of Boxtel, to really put some hammer in some laps now. Isn't he? Oh, the goodness gracious me! And this is going to be very interesting. Equals. Here we go again then. Oh, love it. Oh my goodness me! Of course, we already heard in the interview last week that both of them do respect each other, but they are hard racers. And goodness me! And Percy having an almighty swapper there. And look at Mr. Rage now coming into attack as well. Oh goodness gracious me! Percy does not have DRS, so Boxtel, Mr. Rage, and Immortal all have DRS on them. Percy, my goodness me! Percy's going to have to really get his elbows up. Then Serious Mushroom, 8 laps max and on the soft tyres. Yeah, I don't think so. That'll be lap 28. Oh my goodness, he's got contact there between the two drivers. It's a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane here. Oh my goodness me, Boxtel. Oh no! And they're in the wall! They're in the wall! Both the championship riders are out of the Dutch Grand Prix. Oh my goodness me! It was getting very squeezy down the start-finish straight, and both of them are in the wall. Both of them are out of the Dutch Grand Prix here. Oh my goodness me! And what another saga in this incredible championship there. Oh my goodness gracious me! That is if we got a safety car, we have a safety car in this race. Percy and Boxtel have come to blows here in the Dutch Grand Prix. Cooper's out of the pits now. Oh my goodness me! And Percy is furious. Oh goodness gracious me! So Boxtel went for the most minutest of space there on the start-finish straight, then going on because he wants to go on the inside, and then go on the inside to turn 1 there. And I think that Percy were reluctant to yield as well, but both of them have got off and out of this race, and it's a safety car now. Gurman and Troy leads the way. Gurman in second position. Can Green win this race? This is going to be a very difficult. Yeah, he's going to have to come in the pits, isn't he? I'm trying to read the comments as well, but Troy now out in the lead on the medium tyres here. Oh my goodness gracious me. If only Percy didn't have damage, but he was still battling there. Serious Russian, there it is. This is Golden Palmer saying, OMG, Equals is saying now. As Edu, goodness gracious me. Damn down there for Goku and Equals here. Drop fast, only watched 5 races this season. Every time Percy has made a collision with someone, that was just daft then. Boxtel, well, okay. Oh my goodness gracious me, Immortal's got a penalty somewhere. Someone else had Alhan had a 5-second penalty as well. And so Immortal's down in 9th position. And Gamer's now made his way up to 8th there. And the fallout of this one, I think they have been we've heard about this saga, this long-going saga already. Alhan is used this time now to come to the pits and get rid of that second penalty. Oh my goodness me. Eddie, I am biased, but Percy was next to him. The McLaren just ran him out of road then. Serious Marsh saying Geordie had nowhere to go on replay. Charles Farmer, poor Farfet. Farf, yeah, I think Farf is certainly going to have to, yeah, it was getting a bit unclean and tidy a couple of races ago, wasn't it? But this one is a major incident, isn't it? Farf's gone back to the pub, and Boxtel saying congratulations to Troy as well. But oh goodness me, we'll see how Farf is going to manage this one here. But yeah, it's a shame, wasn't it? Goodness me, Serious Friend said he can feel the pilot coming, and he certainly was right on that one, wasn't he? It's such a shame, isn't it? Because I love watching these drivers go to wheel to wheel. I do love the aggressive route because I do like when the drivers really get those elbows out. But of course, it feels like a Hamilton and Massa kind of deal here from 2011. If anyone remembers that, when it just seemed to fight each other on track. Of course, back then. But this is fighting for a championship. That was not as such, because Hamilton and Massa was having pretty difficult seasons, wasn't they? To the best of time then. Shelby Baker, or Shelby, I say, or I think it's in disguise as Farf is saying it was saying great, and I think he's being very sarcastic there, as Farf is not really one for entertainment. He just wants to have a safe race, doesn't he? As any racing director does. 24 out of 36 here. Yes, yeah, we better blame Serious Rush because he said there's a pilot coming. Boxtel and Percy and Barbara out of the race, and Boxtel and Percy have come to blows. Troy now leads the way. This is an important part of this championship now, because Troy, who is now on fresh and medium tyres and is going to have the maximum points available, 25 points, only might be able to get past that. Bannister's off the circuit, and that's unusual under the safety car, but Bannister's dropped down the order slightly. But as it stands on the gap was 10 points between Troy and Boxtel, and 34 points between Percy and Boxtel. So yes, and that was before this race set. Well, I'm not going to say. I'm not making any predictions just yet. Safety car staying out for one more lap, then is the mess is being cleared out. But I think that the mess is going to be the fallout of this race is yet to be started. Well, it's probably just being started right now, unfortunately. Lap 25 out of 36. I wonder if so might make a bold call on soft tyres. I doubt they will now, actually, because everyone has just gone past the pit lane. But that was the state of play in the championship. They're coming into this race 10 points between Boxtel and Troy, 34 points between Troy and Percy, and this is round 15 of 24. There's 24 races still to go then, and I think we were going on a week's break as well then, so this one is going to live long in the memory now, as German is so right down there, as I wonder if German's just trying to play games there. German's won a Grand Prix so far this season. Nosey dropped right to the back of the field for some reason. Something's gone on with Nosey. It looks like he's been off the circuit, Nosey has there. I hope he's not getting distracted by it, because Nosey, of course, is the head honcho, isn't he, of all of ALR. So I think that I hope that no one's bothering just yet, because he's still racing at the moment. 25 out of 36 here, so we're going to have about 11 laps to go in this Grand Prix. We've also got pillars in there as well. Goodness gracious me! You guys do like controversial, don't you? As Pillars will say, oh, it's going to rip through the field. Then he's done 2 laps on those medium tyres. But we didn't see how Alhan got fired. I'm sure he got a penalty actually for speed in the pit lane. Mortal thinks he's got a 5-second penalty as well. We've got 10 laps of this race then. Troy leads the way then. That safety car has played into the hands of him nicely then. Well, his 2 championship rivals have come together then. And Troy, I think, is not going to be too concerned, is he? German in second. Chaz is doing a great job in third position. Nigel in fourth and Green in fifth position now. And let's see how this one transpires. And when is Troy going to drop the hammer? And let's go! And here we go then. So Troy leads the way then with German in second position. Chaz has had a difficult start. And Nigel is going to go on the inside here into turn one. German having a look there, trying to distract Troy. But Troy there, of course, there. And there you go then. And going side by side through turn one there. Both those two drivers did give each other space. Mr. Rage clears off the circuit, and where's he gone? He has gone off in the same place there as where Vauxhall and Percy's came off, and he's out of the race as well. No safety car yet though, as I think that the cleanup might not be too bad around there, but that is disappointing indeed for Mr. Rage. Mr. Rage, that's only his third DNF of his career. This is his second DNF in the season. That is 2 in a row for Mr. Rage now. And that is disappointing indeed, isn't it? So German had a half-hearted lunge into turn 1 on Troy. I think just distracted Troy, but Gerben is second. Chaza withstood the attempts of Nigel with Green in 5th position. And Gamer now moved up in 6th position. Champers has now finished highest, 9th is now 7th, but he does have a Mortal who's very quick in 8th position there. Vesey in 9th, Sweet in 10th position. Coop in 11th, 12th is Alhan, Markey 30th, Bannister 40th, and Nomsey in 5th position. And then, as it stands at the moment, lap 26 completed in this one there. Troy set the fast time for the race there, and it's almost got out DRS range. He just needs another 10th per second. He's already got him already, actually. Going down to turn 1 as Nomsey has got back past Bannister, as Bannister is struggling up there. Sweet, who is all over the gearbox of Vesey, well, there's Vesey has struggled to get going now. I'm surprised that Bannister didn't come into pits for on a medium set of tyres, but he is going to be struggling to keep up the pack. I think for everyone basically on new medium tyres, apart from Gamer and Chappers, who have done, who of course pitted before that safety car, is now done 10 and 7 laps in. But let's see how that transpires, because it's very difficult to overtake around here, isn't it? But now it's starting to put pressure now on Sweet. Sweet, who is in the 10th position, the last of the points competition there, but remember, a Mortal has a 5-second penalty unless he serves it under the in the pit stop. But I don't expect us to have any more pit stops unless something unforeseen happens in this one. And certainly we've had a very unforeseen issue. Well, I'm not sure it was unforeseen as such then, but it certainly felt like something in the air was coming. Unfortunately, it certainly has been as well. And as I mentioned, that is going to be the major talking point in this one between Vauxhall and Percy, I think. At the final turn, then DRS now been enabled. Then Troy is out of DRS range of German, who's also out of DRS range of Chaz, just about. Nigel's also out of DRS range of Chaz as well, just about. Then Green, Gamer, Chappers, Mortal, Vesley, Sweet, Coop, Alhan, Markey, and Pinocchio are all in DRS range of each other. So we've got a bit of a DRS train now. And who's that? That's Sweet then, who's gone very high into turn 3, and that is completely compromised him. He's dropped down to 11th position. He's out of the points here at the moment then. Sweet, another driver didn't pit either actually, and nor did Markey actually in that safety car. So I'm wondering if those medium tires went forever and a day on when Vauxhall was on there. He did 20 laps, didn't he? There or thereabouts on the medium compound tires coming into the pits. Charles has now got into DRS range. Charles had a bit of a spurt going on this lap. Doing a great job indeed there, but can he stay in that DRS range over Gerben? But Chaz is potentially going to go on the podium for the first time in this season. For the first time in about 3 seasons, I think. I can't remember the last time Chaz was on the podium then, but I think it's about 2 or 3 seasons or 6. I don't think it's on the podium in season 7, and don't think it's on the podium in season 6 either. I'm sure he's on the podium in season 5 in Japan, maybe a bit later than that as well, but we'll find out about that. As Champers has lost out there, the Mortals passed him down to turn 1, and just watching Alhan getting past Sweet as well. Sweet trying to go on the outside here, but I think Alhan has the inside line here, but Sweet going on the outside here. This is where it gets very difficult to go side by side, and that is the case there. And then Alhan is spun, and after him and Sweet have come together, oh goodness gracious me. And yes, it's a very narrow part of track to go side by side. Then Chappers down in 8th position. Then Alhan dropping to the back of the field. Then Kupas and Soup is for the top 10. He's in 10th position, but he does not have DRS on Vesley. Barnes has got a 3-second penalty. He does not have DRS then on the Vesley front, but he does not have DRS crucially on Sweet behind him either after Sweet and Alhan, but come to blows there into turn 2, unfortunately. Up in the front is now 1.5 seconds out for Gerben in second, and Charles in third. Nigel in fourth position, but Green is very much a fighting machine now. As he looks at them, he is starting to really put Nigel under pressure. Nigel, the silver championship leader at the moment, and done a very good job but he's harvested a lot at this stage, and he's in go to, but of course Green is too far back. We've got a Mortal who's also too far back from Game of Trials, recovered himself back up into the 6th position there. gracious me, Marky's got past Sweet here. Sweet this time wasn't able to go side by side, so Marky now up into 11th position now. Can Marky be able to scrape in the top 10 here in the McLaren? But McLaren are once again losing ground in the Constructors' Championship with box out of the race, and Marky currently not scoring either. And as it stands at the moment, we do have AlphaTauri on 29 points for 26 and the past 26 win on the past lap, and Vesey, who is also on 2 points as well. Serious Russian, damn you pillars. Yes, I think it's pillars, what they can say is Kirsten, you'll now have a yellow flag as the banisters off the circuit, in the far end of the circuit. I think that's turn 7, I believe, on the track map. But look at this, Nigel is under real pressure now, and goodness me, and we got a conga line starting to form behind Nigel. So what can Green probably like to get past here? However, I think that in terms of telemetry, he hasn't got much in terms of the deployment here. Now I think it's a Mortal who's going to be ascending up the order. He is, and he's now up into 6th position. He passes the Aston Martin and through up into 6th position. Gamer jumped down to 7th. He hasn't got fresh tyres, as a Mortal's tyres are almost done half the distance compared to Gamer here. But Gamer is still in the box seats. He is still in 6th position now because, of course, of that 5-second penalty. And Bass got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. What if he might go fast enough here and try and get a point for the Alpine team? But Alpine only had one driver here tonight then, which is the very inexperienced Bannister as well, unfortunately. Unfortunately for Bannister, but he is on the soft tyres, so he's going for fast lap Bannister, so let's see how he can do that then. Oh gosh, and they might be able to get out, and might be able to help Alpine with that point here. Just flying out that one, they're going to speed. He's almost into the back of Green now, and Green is, and I think he may have touched the rear end of Green, and now that has allowed Gamer to have a look on the inside of Mortal. Mortal turned up quite quickly into turn 11 there, didn't he? Goodness gracious me, and that has allowed Nigel to pull away ever so slightly. Well, he's actually that's allowed Sam to miss out on the DRS on this lap, and that is going to cost him majorly. Look at that then. Yes, it is, and he's out of burst, and he's also got no DRS here. He's going to be a sit and duck here. He is a sit and duck then. Mortal up into 5th position then, or a sit and bull, I should say. He's now up into 5th position. Mortal is Green down in 6th, and with Gamer Serve Champions in 8th, but Vesey's now starting to look very interesting at 9th and 10th. Looking very interesting in 8th position there. With Chappers and a Coupe in 10th position as well. Also in the points as well, Marky is struggling to keep up with the pace of the drivers in front here, so Marky will be hoping that one of these two drivers stumble over each other and potentially get a point here. But I think that the drivers in front is going to have some issues on board with Green, who is going to be a bit disappointed. I think, and of course he lost DRS because of Mortal went into this corner here and gave him a little bit of shove on the old rear there. Mortal did, and of course which did, I think, in turn probably did help him lose DRS and potentially, or might be an unfair. I'm not too sure. Just as a Chappers, I think, is going to be very intrigued here. Of course, his best position was last week in Spa, 9th position. Now he's up to 8th. Chappers is and he might be the guiding light that Williams needs for the remainder of the season. Nigel doing a great job in the Williams in 4th position, but having said that, I should be focusing on this man behind it. Vesey up into 8th position on the outside of Chappers, and Vesey's made his way up into 8th as well. Dryden Day, Sam Green, Marky, Chappers, and Gamer. That is your selected choices. I apologise, I forgot about Dryden Day completely. But probably some of the action is going on here tonight. Goodness me, and this is going to be very interesting towards the end of this race. Of course, Green has got I think 2 votes so far. He has indeed done. So good some indeed done for Green. Of course, if you want to put your vote for Driver Day, then start votes now. The driver vote will be out until probably the end of the stream now. Green is now lost out to his 2.5 behind the Mortal's flying up there. He's really turned up the heat, hasn't he, so to speak, and he could get up into 4th here. He does have a 5-second penalty, which I don't think he's going to clear. He might be able to get into the top 10 with this pace then, but I think he might just be able to scrape the top 10. I'm not sure if he can get any further than that potentially. Troy leads by 1.1 seconds now. Chazza is now in purple. It's a great performance from Chazza. Great performance from Nigel as well. Coming across the line. Be able to do anything. And Gamer's on the inside of the green now, and a late manoeuvre there from Gamer. That's very much Ricardo-esque there. Great stuff indeed. And now they're going side by side, but Green leaves him just about enough cars whip there. But Green is struggling this stage of proceedings there. Both him and Mortal on the same line for tyre, but Green is struggling. I wonder if he's got damage somewhere there, because Green has really dropped off the back of Mortal, and now Vesley, who's also starting to get very intrigued in this battle for 6, 7, and 8 here. On board with Vesley, who is very much under the gearbox now. Sam Driver Day, but so close with Gamer. Yeah, I think this is between Gamer and Sam for Driver Day. I'd also put Chancellor in there as well, because I thought Chancellor's done a great job here tonight, and a really good performance indeed. And he does deserve a podium at the very least. He's been a great. He's done a very good job indeed. 5 votes and 6% for Green. Chappers 20%. Gamer 20% as well. Look at these drivers, and they're all bunched up. Green has lost another 3 tenths a second in the last sector, so yeah, major problems here. Gamer using all of the errors and then some as he comes out of the bottom turn. He's going to have no errors then going out to turn 1 here, and here he comes. And Immortal is still behind Nigel. Yellow flag in turn the opposite part of the circuit there. His banners has gone off whilst trying to go for fast lap here. Hats off to him for staying in the race. Immortal flying equals saying he is absolutely flying, and Alhan up in the 13th position now, but Alhan will probably have been hoping for some points here in this race, and unfortunately Alfa Romeo are on course to get nil points on this one, which is a big blow indeed. Immortal is very much flying. It's on lap 35 out of 36 there. So look at that then. Goodness me, he was doing a lovely drift there, wasn't he? Good. I think that was more of something going wrong with the game sync then and everything like that. Chappers now got 33% of the vote. Good 17 there for Chappers. He's done a good job, and he could potentially be up into a position which would be his best performance of his career in ALR because of that 5-second penalty for Immortal. So Immortal needs to get past Nigel Pronto here and have a pretty good qualifying lap at the end here. At this moment in time, he is dropping down in 10th position. Marky is too far back now in 11th to do. So at the moment, Immortal is still going to only score 10. Still only going to score 1 point in this one. There's a crusty pasty inhaler Chazza, a good shout to him. He is indeed then. We got yellow flags there. So Nigel's dropped down. No, he hasn't, because Immortal's on the outside, and there's contact exactly the same place. It's where Bogstail and the Percy come from there, and Immortal dropping down the order now. And goodness gracious me. And oh dear, they have blows, and there's Nigel limping then. Oh my goodness gracious me. Sam Green, look at that. Sam Green is very much struggling here. Look at this, and Immortal did have a bit of a car's whip on the outside then, but Nigel did come across as well. Goodness gracious me. And who's that? That's Gamer that who spun the car as well, as he went off the circuit. There's a very fast part of the circuit, but Gamer is not going to get any points in this one, and that is a cruel blow. Oh no, and Gamer with 1 more lap to go is going to be kicking himself for this one. And Vesley, who is now a second back from Green then, who is a further second back then from Nigel as well. Troy coming out of the bottom turn, and Troy wins his 5th race win of the season. He wins the Dutch Grand Prix, and I think that's 2 race wins in a row now for Troy. Wow, and that is it's 3 race wins in a row now. He's won Hungary, he's won Badger, and now he's won the Dutch Grand Prix as well. And going into the week-long break then, I think that, goodness me, Troy is going to be very happy with this, because this is the most points advantage he has out of his 2 championship protagonists, with German second and Chazza. Great try to the podium in 3rd position as well. Heartbreak for Gamer and Immortal on that final lap then. And who has dropped down to 14th, Gamer down to 11th as well. So Marky and Sweet do get points there, and they're open in that final run as well. We have just waiting for Banson to come through as well. Great drive into 8th position on his day for the Haas team. Chappers, his second drive for the Williams team up in his 7th red. Good stuff indeed there for both of those two then. Equals, oh no, then a serious Russian equals saying that. Troy, an absolute goat then. For driver today, still in green, 57% vote, 29 for Chappers, and 14% there for Gamer as well. Serious Russian almost as good as for Troy as well. But Troy, that is his 5th Grand Prix win of the season, and Chappers gets driver of the day, but my goodness me, what this race is going to have a lot of repercussions, I think, in this one, and that is Troy's 7th race win of his career. Magnificent stuff indeed. We've also got, oh, I've just knocked the street off, that's season. We have also got Driver Danon for Sam Green, and good stuff indeed after recovering after going to the pits fairly early on. But yes, Troy, 7th win of his career. That is his 5th race win of the season as well. He leads the championship by a comfortable margin then of 14 points ish, something like that. Then I've done that very quickly, so I might be wrong. But Troy has got a good, healthy margin now, over a race win in the championship, and I'm sure it's 40 points going into the Temple of Speed in Monza in 2 weeks' time. Of course, as I think we have a week-long break then, I think, for ALR now. Then let's take a final look at the classification then. But Troy with a maximum 26 points then, a crucial day in the World Championship as well. Troy wins his 7th race win of his career, his 5th race win, of the season, his 3rd race win in a row. So yes, goodness me, Troy is in a rich run of form. German in second state, and a great second place out for German. He's really on a good front for us. Chazza, congratulations, first podium in I think it's a few seasons, I think, now for Chazza. Good stuff. Nigel then coming up from silver to super stuff for the Williams team in 4th position. Good drive. Driver of the day for Sam Green in 5th. Vesey in 6th position. Chappers his best result in 7th bed. Coop on his day for the Haas team in 8th bed. Markey in 9th bed. 10th position sweet as well. Gamer was as high as 7th at one stage, but he's thrown away major points for the Aston Martin. Alhan in 12th bed. Knowles in 13th. Immortal down in 14th. 15th is Bannister. Retirements was Mr. Rage, only a 2nd of his career. Boxdale and Percy have come to blows again. This time it's double DNF for both drivers, and Barber out of the race as well early on then. And that is the classification then. And Troy, I think you're in the booth. Troy, that is your 3rd race win in a row. You're on a rich run of form, and that's your 7th race win of your career, your 5th of the season. But today, you also now lead the championship by 40-ish points, give or take a point then. And your 2 championship rivals have come to blows.
Yeah, man. I don't know what to say. I'm on a good form. They are on a bad form. We're pretty unlucky, so things are just going perfectly fine at the moment, and it's crazy how this have turned around, considering I was over 20 or so points behind Boxtel a couple of races ago. But I guess that's how quick things could turn in racing.
And also, just to mention as well, that in every single race you've started in this season, you've scored points, and it's been about consistency for yourself. But the last 4 races, you've been second, first, and that is definitely, as you said, it's so incredibly quickly how he changed around in this sport.
Yeah, man, and I think those races where it really haven't gone my way, where I just scrapped up maybe a P7 or whatever. I think those are the most important ones, because those races together probably add up to a race win as well, in terms of points as well. So yeah, I value all the races as highly, and as you said, I 30 or so points now is quite a lot, but at the same time, you've seen how I turned it around, so I have no doubt that Boxel or Percy could turn it around as well, so I gotta be on it for the rest of the season for sure.
This season's been going through phases. First it was Percy having a rich run of form and just banging in those podiums. Then Boxtel then started to really turn the season around and get some wins and podiums. Now it's your turn as well. It's been a bit of yin and yang this season. Would you agree with that? And how do you stop yourself from going into a slide yourself, or is that just kind of out of your control?
Yeah, it's definitely been that way, I think. I think what kind of have saved me is that I don't, or my bad races don't turn into shit races, if that makes any sense. Whilst there's have been pretty unlucky with DNFs and whatever, so to come out with 0 points out of a race where you're contending for a win is not ideal. Whilst I've been contending for wins and maybe come out with a P7, and that's still 6 points extra to the account. So I think probably that has been the most, or the major thing for me in the championship, to still be in it somehow, and not turn my poor races into terrible races, I guess.
And you're certain that's certainly the best way to do it. Well done indeed today, Troy. Your 5th race win of the season, magnificent. And your 10th podium as well. Brilliant stuff, Ben. Let's come to German, who was second today. German, yeah, another podium to your name, as you mentioned in the comments, and that's your 6th podium, but that is your 3rd one in a row. And well, actually, that's your 4th one in a row, because we're not going to count France, because you did not start in that one. But that's your 4th podium in a row then. You're really starting to make a decent season out of it.
Yeah, finally getting some points on the board. It's been a long while coming, really. But yeah, I was just really tempted by that win today. I was like, just under, like just over the 1 second, and I made a little mistake, so and then it was gone. But Troy was too quick, so congrats to him. But yeah, I'm just happy to get the points on the board. Like, if they keep making mistakes, I think I might be eyeing up third if they keep doing it. But I think they'll get their act together.
And of course, you mentioned about just dropping out of that second. As soon as you dropped out of second, did you feel that might have been the win gone, or did you think that if you kept in the second, then you might have been able to challenge him a bit more? Is DRS important around here?
Not really, but I thought it'd give me a little bit of hope. But nah, it's all hope gone. I don't think I'd have got him anyway, but I was pushing really hard.
And this is, as I've mentioned, this is your 4th podium in a row, and that's your 6th of the season as well. You mentioned about the collisions that we've had with Boxtel in person. Today, unfortunately, both have DNF'd, and you've really, well, to be honest, I think he was excelling even before that collision there with a great performance. But yeah, you mentioned about sneaking into third. How realistic is that, do you think?
Not very, but it's gonna happen if they keep making these. If they keep hitting each other and not scoring points. I'd like to think it's on the cards, but they're just gonna have to keep making a lot of mistakes. But at the moment, I'll still take fourth.
And next week or the week after, I can't remember if it's a break week. I think it's a break week. But you go into the Italian Grand Prix, the Temple of Speed in Monza, driving the Ferrari. Does that play on your mind then, or are you not too bothered about what car you drive?
That's my favourite track, so I'm buzzing for that race. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, good stuff indeed. Do you reckon you can bring the Ferrari home in first?
I fancy my chances. We'll see.
Lovely stuff. Well done indeed today, German. Brilliant drive. And your sixth podium of the season. Magnificent stuff. And Chaza, I was saying in the comms box, I can't remember the last time you had a podium. I'm sure it was like Japan season 5, or maybe you snuck one in season 6 then. But you're back on the podium, and I think it's very much richly deserved then, because this season, for me personally, you've been driving the wheels off of that Mercedes, and this is your best result of your career this season as well.
Yeah, no, I haven't had a podium in a while. It's definitely, I'd like to say it's been coming. I've had a couple of good results recently. Of course, I got P5 last week, fighting with some of the top guys. But yeah, no, it was good. I enjoyed it today. Just kind of maintaining, where I was on the track. Not really putting pressure towards the top guys, because the top guys, they're in a world of their own in this league. Troy and German. They're far too quick for me anyway. So I didn't have any thoughts of trying to catch up with them. I was just trying to hold on behind the P3, which is what I did.
But certainly in qualifying, especially in, I think it was Q1 or Q2, you really was lighting up the timesheets. And do you think you might be, because you've had a pole position before in ALR, do you reckon you'll be able to get one before the end of the season, and maybe replicate a podium, or do you think you can get a win before the end of the season?
I'm not sure. All I know is that I'll give it all in the car, give it all I've got, and hopefully, if a win comes, it's kind of a bonus. Same with the pole position, but I think that's quite unrealistic. But I'll give it me all.
And this season, I've mentioned, and this is probably your second best season of your career in ALR, and you've only had 2 DNFs as well this season. But when you have finished, you've finished in the points quite nice indeed. You've been getting 4th, you've been getting 5th and 6th as well. Do you feel that this current gen of car really suits you?
I'd like to think so. I think these cars on this game, I think I've really developed my racecraft quite a lot on this gen of cars. So yeah, no, I'd probably say this is my best season. You say this is probably my second best season. I'd like to think this is my best one, in my opinion, in ALR. I think my racecraft's come along quite well this year. So yeah, no, I'm delighted, and just carry on what I'm doing.
And we hope so as well. Great to speak to you today, Chaz, as well as Serious Russian. Also like to hear that interview as well. And Equals giving us a thumbs up. Lovely stuff. Right, that's going to be it then for Zanfort today. We are back in action. Knowles is going to be taking you through silver tomorrow. Nigel's got quite a humongous lead in that championship and is waltzing towards maybe the crown of season 5 of silver. But of course, Fanjo and Equals is not going to let him go much easily, is he? But that'll be silver tomorrow night. So we'll see you then. Goodbye.